Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
I can deal with Boogaloo. I can't do Booger McFarlane.
Okay.
Booger McFarlane, nah, bro.
I guess.
You gotta get roasted every session you come around the camp.
All right. Well, this is episode 105 of the iLLogical Sense podcast. What's up, everybody?
105.
Was good.
It's a good radio station. That's 105. What is a good radio station? 105.
105.7, the new one.
105.7.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of what was 107.7.
Live 105.
I think you're probably thinking of 102.5.
What was the other one? 94.9 was like 107.7 back in the day. You remember that?
Wild 107.7.
Yeah, that was hella catchy.
Sounds weird now, though.
And then I remember, I'll never forget today,
nostalgia.
they switched that shit to 94.9, and for like 48 hours on 107.7, they just had a damn loop. We're now on 94.9.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're stupid for listening. Go over there.
That's what they said? You're stupid for listening?
Yeah.
Oh, basically.
Because it was Strawberry. It was DJ Strawberry and all.
The Doghouse.
Yeah, it was Doghouse.
Man,
yeah.
Doghouse.
Doghouse. What?
Good old days.
Man, and then they just took him off the air randomly.
Yeah. Syndication.
Because they said some shit, and then they just took him off the air.
Oh, yeah. They
said,
went overboard.
They went overboard on some shit.
Believe it or not, there was actually a moment where they went overboard.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You don't say.
Yeah, I remember when they interviewed Hove and all types of shit. Yeah, they used to have people on that. Anyway, this is Busby.
And over here is JC No
Hunnets and Martine.
Yo.
So, how was y'all weekend?
It's pretty chill.
Yeah.
NBA 2K all weekend, man.
How is it? Okay. That's
Hey, man.
the way to describe it. All right.
All right.
I had to let the water settle down real quick, man. The gameplay's dope.
Oh.
The gameplay itself is whatever, but the storyline for my player is dope. You actually play in China for a little bit, and they actually have the Chinese broadcast that you do not understand, but
They actually went into detail. Cause
you play like 3 or 4 games in China, and then you play another 3 or 4 games in the G League for the Mad Ants in Indy, and then you play the final game in the NBA. And it depends on if you choose who your player's favorite team is, or if it's just a random, you'll just go to the random spot. But the team you play for is fighting for a final playoff spot. And then after that, you're a free agent, and then you can pick who you sign with. And then after that, all the features open, like the tattoos, all the haircuts.
Does the story continue, or is it just free reign?
Like once
the big story itself is done, but like the little side missions that you...
Yeah.
I should say side missions, but you're trying to get endorsements, or you have this kind of game, they want to interview you afterwards, like that comes into play.
Because I heard in WWE 2K, their new version, they have like a My Career mode, and they have like, I saw like the first like half hour of it, and you can go in the indie system, and they have this whole storyline of you signing to NXT, and it's like a whole like movie. I'm like, oh, I might just buy it for this.
Yeah. That's one thing I wish NBA 2K would do, which was give you the option if you want to be like the blue chip prospect coming in the draft, if you want to be like the lower tier guy in the draft, or if you want to be the guy that goes undrafted. So I wish there were like 3 different storylines to choose from. But either way, it was cool. I like it.
My weekend was cool. I saw Thriller in 3D, which was it was attached to the Jack Black movie House with the Broken Clocks in the Wall. Don't matter, but in 3D, in IMAX 3D, it don't matter. That movie did not matter. You know why I was there? Fuck, I didn't even pay attention to the movie. I left like almost when the movie was almost over. I had other shit to do. But
you should have asked for your money back.
No, I was already in the movie. Nah, but Thriller 3D, it was in great 3D. It was like, when I say 3D, like it was in so much detail. You saw Michael's facial hair when in the very beginning of the movie when he was talking to the chick before he turned into a werewolf. Anyway, I noticed I guess they hired the resolution on it or some shit, because when he was wearing the Letterman jacket, I noticed he was wearing a red checkered collared shirt. How I know that is because I never saw that in the original version. Like, you can literally see it. I was like, oh, this is HD. Okay. Now the funny part about that shit, there was a little boy I was hearing in the background. Like it said, "Can you put on your 3D glasses?" And I heard, "Mommy, what is this?" And I was like, "Uh-oh." And it just and then he's like, "Michael Jackson, Thriller, what is this, Mommy?" I was like, "Uh-oh." Boy, when he turned and his eyes were yellow and he was like, "Get away!" And this is in HD too, so they heightened everything. They made his eyes more yellow. You saw drool coming out of his mouth. His teeth were more shot. Ooh, boy, I saw that when I was a kid. I would have been even more petrified. That boy ran down the stairs crying and screaming. even with that part when he's like lunging at the screen and shit like that, I was just like, whoa. And the movie attached was a PG movie. I'm like, man, this would scare the shit out of me when I was a kid.
That deserves our brand new laugh that we're introducing to the soundboard fresh off today.
Well, Monday. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was dope. The fucking music was more heightened and everything. It was dope, but only beef I have with it is that the estate didn't promote it.
Yeah, that's an issue.
The estate did not promote it. They did not promote it on their social media. They didn't promote it on TV. They didn't promote it at all. I mean, what's it called? Who promoted it? IMAX did.
I mean, you know, you kind of gonna have a problem promoting stuff when you're trying to get Roy Woods to record a new Michael Jackson album.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
like, you know,
press that.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
Once you clear the estate that you can have imposters do his music, why are you focused on this? You're trying to find 50 people standing in front of the damn Best Buy and bring them in to record vocals.
That one, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even joking. Like,
anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that's some more bullshit because fans really wanted to see it. Like, I just didn't understand why they attached it to that movie for 1 week only. So, people, if y'all hearing this, y'all got like a few more days, and then that shit's gone.
And not saving it for Halloween. Oh.
Dude,
what kind of shit is that?
They could have attached it to the Halloween movie coming out next year, the reboot. Yeah,
that would have made a whole lot of sense.
Yes, it would have made a whole lot of sense. They didn't promote it. They relied on the other studios to promote it. And it made no fucking sense. It made no sense. I was irritated, man. I let the estate let it I gave it to them on social media. They didn't read it, of course. But honestly, all his videos need to be redefined. It was dope. Seeing it on the IMAX screen, it was real dope.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And that kid never came back either. I was petrified. I was petrified when I was a kid when I first saw Thriller. So anyway, I'm gonna be petrified if Kanye has a new album coming. Maybe, possibly.
More Kanye. More Kanye. For the listeners who don't know, that is Kawhi Leonard, freshly new Toronto Raptor, and the first time we've heard him speak since. Well, for some people, the first time they've heard him speak, period, at Media Day.
Now you know why you don't speak.
Yeah, laughing at a reporter asking him, did you even see the question, Marty?
I did.
He's like,
I don't remember.
Yeah, he's basically asking him how he is as a person.
Once the laugh kicked in, it was done.
Yeah, he's basically asking him how he is as a person. He just goes, "I'm a fun person."
Anyway, Kanye.
You don't hear that all episode.
And Kanye, he went on Twitter. I mean, we talked about it briefly last week. Before we on the air, I think my mentions were blowing up. And I guess Kanye went on Instagram and announced that it's called Yandhi? Yandhi, like Gandhi, just with a Y.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be called Yandhi. Yeah, I don't know.
No, and the way he promoted it and what's up on billboards across New York and everywhere right now, I'm not surprised. It's just the screenshot of the release date.
Not even trying. And
that's literally what's being promoted, just 9/29/18.
Not even the mini disc?
It's the actual screenshot of the iMessage
that he sent, that he posted, probably to himself.
Wow.
And he's going to be performing on SNL this week, right?
Saturday.
This Saturday. And I think that's when he's going to promote the album. That's when the album's going to come out. Or maybe it's just a single. I don't know. I'm trying to make sense. I'm kind of just tuned out because, like I've told y'all, I don't trust anything Kanye says until I actually see it. I mean, you don't.
Whatever happens. I'm Kanye'd out for the year.
Yeah, he gave us like a whole month worth of music, and
that was cool. And then some of the details came out about it, and I was like,
He probably just started recording the album. He's gonna probably record the album on Friday, like you said before we recorded. Yeah, that makes sense.
Just do it all in one day.
Yeah,
screw it,
and then get 5 mics in the Source.
Is the Source still around?
Yeah, they're around.
Yeah,
but no one cares.
Publications we grew up on just
you go to Barnes and Noble, there ain't none of that shit there. Anyway, another shit that happened when we got off the air. Like, all the Kanye news broke when we got off the air. Ain't that some bullshit? He announced he was in Chicago with Chance. I guess he was at some school, and he pretty much announced that he has moved to Chicago and he is never ever leaving.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I mean,
for sure.
I don't know what to say.
You gotta leave to go on tour, fam.
That's what he said. I mean, he's gonna stay there. That's where he's gonna live.
And that's where he's living. From here on.
From here on out, not literally.
Yeah, and that's why I said that's cool.
And cool. I don't know, there's rumors coming out saying that Kim K is not gonna move out there. I mean, for obvious reasons, because her whole brand is in LA, so she ain't gonna relocate to Chicago. I mean, I'm just trying to make sense of it. It's whatever.
I get that. But at the same time, how do you name your daughter Chicago and then tell your husband, I'm not moving to Chicago with you?
It's just report. It's, you know what?
If it's true.
Allegedly.
Yeah. If that's the case, how do you do that? Like, come on now.
Yeah, whatever. But rumors going around. Oh, and they announced that he announced he's going to do good ass job with Chance. And ever since Chance said that shit about Michael and Beyonce, I've been holding that against him.
No.
Ever since then, I just look at Chance differently. I'm sorry. He posted this video of who was it? What's her name? North and his daughter. It was Saint and his daughter dancing to Michael's Thriller, and I left a comment saying, "Yeah." Then I bet you showed Beyonce's Coachella performance and said, "Yo, this is better." Yeah, I'm still mad about that. Boom. But he announced that he's gonna finally continue the like. End the college series with good ass job.
Yeah, see, I have an issue with that.
Why?
You gonna do? Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Because Chance, I mean, it's supposed to be Kanye, like just Kanye.
This whole thing with Kanye is, him. Well, this is. I just have a problem with everything that's happening because then he comes out and says, "Well, I only wore the MAGA hat because I'm the biggest troll in the world." And it's like, you understand families are being torn apart because of that representation, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then now you want to try to come clean up your act when coincidentally you have another album dropping. Like, I'm over it.
At the same time, like I keep telling you, this nigga is mentally ill. So I don't take
not good enough
anything he says. I don't take serious anything he says.
It's not about taking it serious.
It's not even being mad or anything. I just look at him like, okay.
It's not even about that, though. It's just about calling them out for what it is. At some point, that's no longer an escape clause.
At the same time,
you have to answer for that.
At the same time, Kanye's just going to look at you with a big old smile on his face, and you're just like, all right. So,
I mean, it's going to reach a point where it's just like, literally, I don't care anymore. And I'm almost there. The only reason why I'm in tune with this is because
everyone says they don't care until that music is good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The only reason why I don't really care about it unless... Or let me rephrase that. The only reason why I'm in tune enough to listen is because I actually want to see if it's in line with Ye or if he realizes, oh yeah, I screwed up on that. Let's see.
This is gonna be his makeup album,
right? Because there's been a bunch of
makeup albums this year.
Just one, or they're in talks to do makeup albums. Nas is in the process of trying to do a makeup album.
And dropped his makeup album, so yeah, Kanye has to make up for Ye because I really.
But that's not good. You know what I'm saying? For an artist of Kanye's caliber, what he's put out, I shouldn't be tuning into you to see if this is going to be a makeup project.
At this point, like I said, I'm just whatever. And see what else was going on. And then there was talk. He still talks in Throne 2. And then I guess the talks intensified when he posted that picture of Beyonce, wearing those Yeezy shoes or whatever the fuck they call it.
The heels or whatever.
The heels, yeah.
Not shoes.
Yeah, and then it came out publicist said, nope, those are fake. And I was like,
no.
Beyonce be wearing fake shit? Man, she is ratchet.
Hey, $50 is $50.
That's what I'm saying.
You can get some lookalikes.
Hov is cheap too.
$700 less. Go for it.
Hey, they black as hell. But that wasn't the thing that really had me notice about Kanye. Early morning again. Everything always happens as soon as we posted the episode. He goes on IG. If y'all follow Kanye on IG, I guess he just figured out how to use an IG, but he doesn't use
sort of.
He doesn't know how to post all the pictures on IG story. That's what he needs to start doing, but he just has to post everything, including videos. So he went on IG video and he went on a whole mini rant, which took up 4 posts, and he pretty much told Nick Cannon, Drake, mainly Drake though, and Tyson Beckford, which was random, to stop speaking about Kim Kardashian. And when he was talking about Drake, he was saying that, I'm a grown-ass man. Like what he said, he had a line on his album when he said something along the lines of, we got some Kylies and we got some Jenners. And I told him he needed to change that line out of respect for, what's his name, Travis. And he goes, and then he said, because when I did that one song with Ecstasy, I talked to Travis and I told him about the line and asked him if he was cool about it. Because I guess he learned his lesson after the whole Wiz Khalifa shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was going in on Drake and said, I know you're still mad about me not giving your beef, but I didn't give that information to Pusher, blah, 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 all this other shit. And I feel like Kanye's just at his little breaking point with Aubrey. And I feel that this is coming, or some type of response record is coming to Aubrey, so Aubrey can start responding to somebody not named Pusha T.
On one hand, I get where Kanye is coming from, because you definitely want to stand up for that. On the flip side, bro, it's been like 3 or 4 months, and if it was really hitting at you like that, you got this man's phone number. Call him, text him.
Again,
something. Mentally
ill. He doesn't think like regular people. Kanye is from an illogical universe. I think we've established that.
But see, again, that
I know it doesn't make sense.
No, it's not about that. It doesn't make sense. You keep pointing to that as if that's a valid excuse.
No, I'm not making an excuse. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm not making no excuses for him. I'm saying there's no point trying to justify anything that he's doing.
Well, no, it's not about justifying. It's about telling you why I'm not siding with him after evaluating it and thinking that this is a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So to say he's mentally ill like that doesn't mean anything to me.
He doesn't. I'm just saying he's mentally ill. Like he doesn't think straight. He's just not on another level, not on the same level as regular people. So I'm just gonna chalk this up as you need some help. And Aubrey, if you really do reply to this dude, you are just, ugh.
I mean, he's got.
The
person I respect most in this whole situation is Nick Cannon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Cannon came out and was like, yo, and he did it in the most polite, loving, accepting way. But it was just to say, hey, I ain't running, like, they talk about Mariah still to me. Whatever. Like, you could come on the show, the 200th episode.
Right.
And we could talk about it. We could hash it out. We could still be cool out
there. He was hella marketing himself, too.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, man. He's got that shit
Appreciate Nick Cannon while Nick Cannon's around. Like, a lot of people keep talking about Nick Cannon's corny. And then
he might be,
Nick Cannon corny. Well, he's that nigga's a damn near billionaire.
Exactly, damn the money. That's what I'm saying. Damn the money. The only rap sheet I've seen that could rival Derek Jeter's in terms of how many hit factories he's done had with women is Nick Cannon.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So
who did he have? He had Mariah Carey, Christina Milian, and who else?
I think Kim was a part of that.
Probably like for like a short period. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good list, though.
That is a really
good list.
That's just for starters.
That's just for what we could think of.
Right. He was crazy in love with Mariah Carey. I didn't think it was going to last, but it lasted for a good minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked about that.
2 kids out the deal.
And a big-ass tattoo on his back, which I knew. I was like, damn, you in love.
Covered that shit up right away.
Then then he come to realize, damn, M was right. Shit. But, yeah. Anyway. Speaking of Aubrey. Aubrey. You know what's funny? Everyone was getting on me because they say I talk about Drake too much. But when it comes to Drake, every time I kind of just want to stop talking about him, some shit just comes out that just makes me just look at him like...
Well, he's in the news. Like
not just the news.
You can't not talk about him. He's
not just the news, but Amber Alert. See, people, an Amber Alert just came on her phone. Don't kidnap no damn kids. There's no point trying to kidnap kids. They'll find your ass.
Suspect vehicle 2012 black Ford Fusion. California plate 8BDY654. So if you see that,
when you're listening,
if they haven't found him yet, be sure to contact the authorities immediately.
Anyway, you should have just looked at me. Just looked like, what the fuck? Well, Amber Alert. This could be Drake. Oh damn. That's
my God.
Damn. Can we just get to the meat of it? Can we just get to the meat of it? No, when it comes to this, it's just something. Yuck.
No, we're not doing that anymore.
I know, but when it came to that, when we told this,
well, before we get into it,
like,
because I don't. I mean, you can't dive into the ugly stuff and then get into the more lighter stuff. Like,
well,
you can't try to humanize them afterwards. If you're gonna do it properly.
Do it properly.
So before that, he was still continuing his form of Jay-Z's "I Declare War" tour. Him and Chris Brown are now cool.
How do you know they're cool? Because they follow each other on Instagram?
Apparently there's more information that meets the eye. That's all I'm going to say. That's the information that was given to me. From an insider.
What's the gist?
There's music involved. We'll see. I took it with a grain of salt, but I mean, usually my insider's been pretty...
I get it. Like the last time Drake and Chris Brown collaborated was on that Nicki record, and then a week or two later, Chris Brown was still like, fuck that nigga.
Yeah. So it's one of the ones where it's like, I
remember Chris Brown went on a whole like promo tour talking about how he was cool with Drake again, and then literally like, a month or two later, he pretty much said, fuck him again.
Yeah.
So, damn, it's even on TV. So this is what I'm saying. Do not kidnap no kids. That's what the title of this podcast is going to be called. Aubrey Alert. See, I told you it was going to come to us. Oh, shit. I'm funny. I'm an asshole, too.
Well, before we get into the reason why it's about that, he got sick and he had to cancel 2 of his shows.
Did you read the story about what happened? Dude passed out on stage on some Michael shit. They say he was like rehearsing and the old boy just passed out.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's why he said he was like really, really sick and shit like that. I was like, damn, Aubrey, you need to slow down. Your body's telling you to slow down.
Was he sick or did he eat something?
The way they're talking, the way he was talking, they're saying he was like sick. They were like getting in some like care because he's been on the road. Like he did like 9 shows in New York and shit like that, and he's just constantly just moving and moving and moving. Like he needs to chill.
That was a sick ass pick.
That's what I'm saying. His body's telling him you need to slow your ass down, bro. That's and shit.
And Roethlisberger, his nasty ass. We'll get into him later.
This is gonna be a dark show, people. If you have a good sense of humor. So Aubrey Alert.
Yeah. 14-year-old Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things.
We got to do like the backstory. So before we went off the air, we talked about how he was dating. I got more information. It turns out that the 18-year-old, that's Jimmy Jam's daughter.
Yeah. I tried having that same conversation with somebody, and they were like, "Who's Jimmy Jam?" And I was like, "There's no reason to have this conversation with you anymore."
we just getting that old, bro. Yeah, that's what it is.
The sad thing of it is Jimmy Jam was before our time.
I know. Damn.
Yeah.
But that just shows you how dope he is. And Terry Lewis. Respect to Terry Lewis. Yeah. They're the reason why we got New Jack Swing and all them Janet records, man. Respect them, people. Respect them niggas.
One half.
What, Jimmy Jam or Terry Lewis?
Both of them. The other was Teddy Riley.
Oh, yeah, and Teddy Riley, of course. Gotta respect Teddy Riley. But, yeah, Drake, we heard that news about Drake, dating her, and he's been courting her since she was 15, and we just went...
What kind of shit is that?
No, the other one. Yeah, it was double time because it just came as a shock. So, when we got off the air, the JC and all them went home, and I was just watching the Emmys, and then... a clip came up of 14-year-old Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie
Bobby Brown. No relation. And
I don't think it was her prerogative.
Yeah. 14-year-old. Yeah, if y'all watch Stranger Things, she plays 11. So, anyway, she talks about how they were asking her like who she's friends with in the industry. It was on the red carpet, and she was like, "Oh, I'm like real good friends with Drake. Like we have a good texting relationship, friendship. He texted me today. Actually, talk about how much he misses me."
Pause.
Like, and then he's like, "That's why." And then he says, and then this boy's like, "Oh, he gives me advice on guys, and we have like a real personal relationship, and our relationships, our conversations are just private."
Pause.
No, that's a yuck.
No. It's this isn't a pause. Can be used in many different forms. Let's get that clear. A lot of people think it's just in terms of stating clear homosexuality versus heterosexuality. No, you can pause for a lot of different shit.
If you could play devil's advocate, I guess. I mean, she is in the industry and she has to grow up pretty quick. So, fuck that. That's
why is a 31-year-old? Why is a 31-year-old who is not on set for Stranger Things?
Not a cousin. You're not a brother. You're not a family related. Why the fuck is he talking to a 14-year-old?
See, I had this talk with Cleo last night.
Hi, Cleo, if you're listening.
And she brought up some good points where she was like, "You and I are as close can be, and you know my family very well." And one of her younger cousins, who I'm cool with, she was like, "You wouldn't be texting her like that, even if it was to like even catch up. And you're considered family. Like you wouldn't be here." And she's like, I even asked her boyfriend John. She's like, I even asked him, "Would you hit Aaliyah for a thing?" He's like, "For what?"
Oh, she's 14.
That's her personal life.
Now,
and her cousin's in college.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like that she's of age.
Right.
And people,
him and I wouldn't do anything like that. So now we're dealing with a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And the age difference jumps a little bit higher.
Yeah.
See, everyone was getting on me when, like, about Michael Jackson, because he be talking to kids, too. But Michael was a bit fucked up in the head, kind of. Not in that sick way, but he had that little Peter Pan syndrome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hard to explain to some of you ignorant folks, but...
I mean, I'm still under the mind frame where he still should have known better, but at the same time,
he should have known.
Yeah, he was 10 going on fucking 35.
Yeah. So when he was kicking it with Emmanuel Lewis and Macaulay Culkin a lot, yeah, but
people still forgetting Emmanuel Lewis.
Yeah, we
got a grown ass man sitting on his goddamn lap,
just casually. Just casually. Yeah. See, we're going down a dark path. We're trying to tread lightly with this, people. But yeah. So anyway, that came out and then the internet just went, nigga, what? So they called me the weirdo because before we went off the air, I made that I said, what if Surgical Summer was a lot more darker than we expected from Busher? And said, what if can I just say it?
Just
whatever.
Say it.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. What if Surgical Summer was if Pusha revealed that Aubrey,
sexual misconduct with minors
and got her impregnated and got an abortion? So that was what I was thinking. And then I said it on Twitter, but then I stopped myself. Like, you know what? What if it got revealed that he impregnated an under... okay, I'm gonna chill. And then, the people came in my mentions like, oh my God, Busby, you're disgusting. Yo, that's fucked up, Busby. Oh my God, everyone was just telling me that I was the weirdo. So you're gonna tell me that a grown-ass man who wrote a record about a 21-year-old, aka when she was 20, like Georgia Smith, wrote a record about how she curved him and how mad he is about it. And then reports coming out that he's dating an 18-year-old that he's been courting since she was 15, and he's sending I miss you texts to a 14-year-old?
14-year-old, man.
And I'm the weird one? For going down that dark in my mind? For freedom! Drake, you a nasty motherfucker. I mean, she came out and said, no, we're just friends, and y'all weirdos and making it all sexual. But it's like, nah, that's weird. That's R. Kelly status, bro.
Somebody said it best, you can't spell Drake without the R.
Damn.
You know who you are, Kelly. Shit.
Yeah, but then to follow up with another one of Cleo's points, which was she goes, the dinner thing is, if he went out with her and one of her parents the first time, cool. Like, okay, my daughter is in the industry. Like, all right. She's like, a second time? Like, no, sir, Mr. Graham. I think you've caught up just enough with my daughter. There's nothing more that needs to be discussed. I guess you should have had the dessert at the end of the first one last night. Like, there's nothing else to be talked about. And I even tried to give him some form of...
it's like you're trying to find some way to justify this.
Yeah, because you could also look at it from the standpoint of, okay, you have grown adults who are on set with young kid actors. And you have that aspect where some of them will take some under their wing.
Yeah, mentor them like a mentor.
They will have communication. And, it's all about context. Where they could be done shooting for the season. They got months to go. And then it's like, hey, just catching up. Hey, just want to let you know I miss you. But then she also brought up a good point, too. She goes, yeah, but most of the time, a lot of those conversations are done within the entire group chat of the cast. Very rarely are you...
private number you texting.
Yeah, very rarely are you...
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even then, again, why are you having these conversations with somebody that's that younger, underage?
Yeah.
And there's
I'm thinking about it.
You know what I'm saying? You were trying to give him hope, at least for something. And I even wasn't trying to give him, like, cut him the most slack. I was just trying to explain, like, okay, I could see it from that angle.
The age difference is like, what, 17
It's 17 years.
31! What am I going to do talking to a middle schooler?
I have a hard time connecting with my family members that are that young. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Well, I was in Hollywood, too, and, you were just on Degrassi and got shot. Sorry, it got dark for a second.
I'm sure that wasn't what I wanted to do.
You know what's crazy is that a lot of these media outlets that really touch it. I mean, like, people like us, we're talking about it. But, people like Joe Budden podcast and a few other podcasts I listen to, they weren't touching that, which was kind of weird to me.
Because they got to play by the rules sometimes.
Yeah, they got to play by the rules. They
got to... That's not to call them out, but, Drake and Spotify have a nice relationship. And they're under that umbrella. So I can't fault them for that.
I'm talking about other ones too. Just stuff I was watching. Like, even on Everyday Struggle, they didn't really talk about it like that. Even though Academics went on his little shit, and he was like, yeah, I'm kind of speechless about that. I'm like, yep, Drake gonna give you a phone call, and you must switch up real quick.
That's what he does.
He gonna see his name pop up in his phone. He gonna flip out the same way.
when he first heard Sicko Mode.
Give me a hell yeah!
Nah, but him and Drake have like Drake be DMing him. That even sounds even more pause-worthy. Just, about information to tell the world. That's how that whole information about Pusha telling Kanye the whole information came out, because of Academics. That nigga Drake, man, he's a weirdo. Sicko Mode. Yeah, Sicko Mode indeed, you sick motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, the title takes on a whole new meaning.
That actually
literally
might compete for this sicko mode.
The Aubrey
sicko
alert.
mode activated.
Sicko mode. It comes up again. Man.
Well, in the midst of that, he was a part of some music.
Yeah, forgettable.
It actually really was.
It was sad. I mean, that's how I know he's kind of running out of steam.
Yeah, French Montana dropped a 3-track. They're not all singles, but he dropped the single,
EP.
little mini EP.
What was it called?
No Stylist.
That was the whole EP called, just No Stylist?
Mm-hmm. And song was
That song was forgettable. That's
cover art was fire as fuck. I wish the song was as dope as the cover art.
That's how cover arts are always fire.
That shit was dope.
Cover arts are always fire than actual music.
Yeah. Shout out to a pioneer we all represent and we all recognize, Slick Rick.
Lottie Dottie.
Yeah. But that was anytime that your cover art is the best thing about the song, I don't think you're on the good path. I just want to put that out
record
there.
With that record Drake did with 2 Chainz was kind of blah too. You remember that one too?
The one with 2 Chainz and Quavo?
Mm-hmm. That was blah.
It was decent enough.
That was blah.
It was blah, but it was decent enough. It was a lot better than No Stylist.
Yeah, Drake. Like I'm saying, Drake's running out of steam a little bit.
Throwing up duds.
But it's duds that no one noticed because he's been sitting at the top for so damn long. Dude, Scorpion has been in the charts for since June. It has not dropped off the top 5 at all. It has not gone lower than number 5.
Oh, of course. I mean,
Oh, gone. We watch Monday Night Football. He stiff armed the shit out of him. I wish he had that Charlie Murphy shit.
God damn, that.
Y'all didn't see it.
Exactly what the hell he did.
Who was that? Who's the tight end? 89?
Vance McDonald.
McDonald stiff armed the shit out of him. 75-yard touchdown.
Former Niner.
Motherfucker. You didn't do that. You didn't do that with us.
Yeah, he's still. Hold on.
You gotta watch this.
Just bear with us.
Just bear with us. Watch this. God fuck out of here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think I gotta go get the strap. Conte, you gotta go.
Fuck out of here.
You gotta go to the locker room. You got
in every angle. In your face. In your face.
I need to put an Amber Alert out for that motherfucker.
Pause.
Pause.
Speaking of that voice, shout out to Regina King.
Hey, on a brighter note.
Let's get the sun.
Somewhat with a brighter, darker note.
Brighter, darker, yeah.
Because I mean, there were still some dark moments with the Emmys, but there was some highlights.
Yeah.
And Regina King was definitely one of them.
Yep.
She was a part of 31 people of color who were actually nominated, so it's definitely a better situation than from what we were facing years ago.
Yep.
Herself. So she won for lead actress in a limited series for
7
Netflix's.
seconds. That's a good ass series.
That is.
I'm not even mad they canceled it because they said it was gonna be like an anthology series ish kind of.
It
was supposed to.
It was
right?
definitely. I was glad they kept it short term. Some of these series
because it was like a bittersweet ending, and I was like, that's the type of ending it should have been. I like that ending, and she won a damn Emmy for it. So good for her. First ever one, right?
Yeah. Kenan Thompson, of course, which we covered.
Hey, fuck it, man. Regina King will always be Riley and Huey.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, of course.
Seasons 1 through 3.
Shout out to Kenan though, man. He's got his own show coming out.
About damn time.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know what network it's gonna be on.
NBC.
It's gonna be on NBC. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. That's a long time coming. Well deserved.
Hell yeah. I hope Kel makes some appearances.
He better. Well, he's still getting that Nickelodeon bag, Kel. When I watch Splat, I watch the old school Doug and shit, and they show commercials of Kel still, reminiscing.
He's still getting.
He still looks the same too, even in his mid-40s. I think he's in his 40s. I think so. Yeah, they still look the same. Kenan and Kel.
And it was cool because I think it was yesterday or Saturday. It was officially the 22-year anniversary from when Kenan and Kel debuted, and it was still the first predominantly black television show to debut on Nickelodeon.
Wow.
Yep, it was. And then that Good Burger and all that shit.
Yep, and then it birthed Cousin Skeeter, and then Nick Cannon got his own show.
Nick Cannon had his own show for a minute? Yeah, he did. The Nick Cannon show, yep. Anyway,
good times, man.
Good times on Nickelodeon.
Shit, it's a dope time when you got TLC doing the fucking intro track for all that.
I can't watch all that,
and you got Bill Bellamy voicing a puppet called Skeeter.
Yeah.
No, but the reason why I didn't like watching all that now is that they don't have the rights to the performances. That's why it kind of ends abruptly. It kind of gives me because they had the Locks on there once. Yeah. They had the Fugees. They had Nas,
Montel Jordan.
Dude, they kept it was ahead of its time. I'm like, wow, all that had that shit. Yeah, they didn't have Dr. Dre on there. I think that was a cutoff. The Brat was the first time. That was the first time I ever saw the Brat was on all that.
Yo, they broke a lot of artists that like as far as the younger generation.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn. Good times. But Tiffany Haddish got that award, and I just don't understand black comedians. White comedians never talk shit about each other unless they're stealing jokes.
Well, before we get into that, I want to give one more round of applause to Jennifer Lewis. She's everybody's mom and auntie in every single film, and deservingly so. Like everybody needs to appreciate. She showed up in all Nike.
Nice in support of Cap.
She said right there, she goes, since they want to stand up and be a part of the cause, I support them, and I want to let it be known that I support them here on this platform. Showed up in Nike on set.
Nice.
Like, just phenomenal. So I wanted to give her a shout out. But back to what you were saying.
White comedians never diss each other unless they're stealing jokes. That's what I've noticed. You notice that?
Or each other's cocaine.
That too. But black comedians, if one black comedian is getting a bag, they all start hating. I'm not saying all. I just will never give fucking Big Perm or Big Worm talking shit about Dave Chappelle when he said on the Breakfast Club that no black people did not find Dave Chappelle's show funny until season 2. I'm like, that is the most hating shit I ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
I will never forget that.
And we talked about that. We also talked about how the Mike Epps situation initially back when we were talking about it, I was like, the Mike Epps, Kevin Hart, like it's funny to keep going back and forth, but when it keeps going on after a while, and then you actually
going on, like
no, that's what I'm saying. But as it continues to go on, you're like, okay, well, wait a minute. I thought it was just jokes and it was just laughs at that point. Y'all actually taking this serious.
Kevin Hart especially serious because he sees it all the damn time with these niggas.
Yeah,
always the same niggas too. Katt Williams just won an Emmy. Well, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, he was talking shit about Tiffany Haddish and said that pretty much she didn't deserve what the recognition she got.
Yeah, so we pick up from last week because we had touched on it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about that.
Tiffany Haddish was the only name that we had known at the time because I had only seen clips of the interview. I went back and saw the whole thing. He was also talking about Lil Rel.
Really?
Yeah, he was talking about Hannibal.
Really?
Yeah.
All them niggas he talked shit about?
Yeah.
You just won an Emmy. Why you talking shit?
There was one more I forget, but he's basically a part of the Kevin Hart pack.
One of them niggas.
Yeah, so when I went back and watched it, I was like,
hater. Okay. Hey, hater. Hey.
No, because I actually had to sit back and look at it and like legit was like
I love that song.
Like, all right, wait a minute, time out, hold up, dog. Because now, and then when so his opinion was one thing. Like, he doesn't think Tiffany Haddish is funny. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
like, it is what it is. But it was just how he was describing it, and Kevin Hart.
Man, Kevin Hart just got he loaded his shit on the Breakfast Club. Ooh, I never heard him that bad before. He got fed the fuck up.
And you know what's wild too is a pissed off Kevin Hart is probably arguably the Kevin Hart I actually respect the most because he was so articulate. Mm-hmm. He was well thought out. Nothing he said was false. He came back. He fact checked. Yeah. He threw Googleable out into the universe.
Said, I got paid $40 million by Netflix. I'm like, nigga, we get that money?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that?
Dude, you know that nigga had a show with Lyft?
Yeah.
And I never knew Lyft had like an actual like filming studio. I'm like, what? Damn, I was at the barbershop scene. I'm like, damn, Kevin, you got a show like that? You got this, you got that, you got all these movies?
He got a new drama coming out in January that has Nicole Kidman.
Is he going to be in it?
Yeah. It's an actual drama.
Kevin Hart going to be in a drama? Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. But so he goes on the Breakfast Club, and this is actually going to segue into a few Breakfast Club topics. They actually had some good-ass interviews over the past week.
They really did.
So he goes on with Tiffany Haddish to promote Night School. Night class.
Night School.
Thank you.
Yeah. That comes out this week, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's actually, I didn't know this until you said it, it's actually going to be the first project released from his production company.
Oh, Tyler Perry, watch out.
Heartbeat Productions.
What was the other one? He had like, doesn't he have like 2 productions?
I don't know, but this is the one where he's talking about, like, he has writers top to bottom. Like, he's not, the way he described it, he's tired of being a for-hire actor. He wanted to be a partner. So this is his production company is now partnered up.
I remember Sony was pissed at his ass.
So they were talking about that, and then Charlamagne, you could tell, was trying to tiptoe into it, and Kevin was basically like, nah, fuck it, let's talk about it. Like, let's get into it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he basically broke it down to the crabs in the bucket mentality. And I don't disagree with him. Because, like I said, I only saw clips of the interview from Katt, so I went back, watched that, then I watched this one in its entirety, and I side with Kev.
I mean, you have to. Any logical person has to side with him. He went off, and he's like, dude, Tiffany used to sleep on me. She was homeless. She slept on my couch. I brought her in because I believed in her.
Right.
And now she's selling out shows. She's going in movies, and one of Katt's arguments was because she wasn't touring and shit like that, and you don't know you can't name me one good-ass joke from her. I'm like, dude, shut the... Nigga, you just won a fucking Emmy. How are you fucking it up now?
And then another thing that was brought up, too, was... He was like, yeah, she don't write her own stuff. And I was like, but you just won an Emmy off of a piece of art that you didn't write.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody else wrote that episode for you for Alligator Man, but you killed that shit. Nobody gives a fuck about who wrote it.
Yeah, this ain't hip hop.
Right. many factors go into it. It's a different craft. So this wasn't a stand-up. You know what I'm saying? This was something, but you ain't going to be like, nah, don't give me the Emmy because I ain't write it.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's not what's going to take place. Where he hit him the hardest, though, I felt, was... Yeah, that was pretty... Shout out to Ryan Shazier, man.
Like, I was looking at the chick.
No, it was just... Shout out to Ryan Shazier.
When he hit him the hardest...
Where he hit him the hardest, in my opinion, was... When he basically told him, stop blaming other people for your fuck-ups. Mm-hmm. You're the one that stopped going to sets because you were on drugs, which then caused these studios to not put trust and faith into you.
I mean, how can you?
It was the truth.
You know what I'm saying?
And then he said it too. He goes, what I enjoyed about it was not him going in, but just what overall, which was we complained that there weren't enough opportunities for people of color. Well, somebody's in a position now to do it, and now we're still complaining. And which I had to go back and look at my complaints of Tyler Perry, because even though I have always said, and I've always said his movies aren't for me, but at the same time, I've always said I respect his hustle. I actually have to go bigger than that now, because he has provided opportunities for people.
Didn't I tell
and
you
whether my feelings about that, but you told me and I said I respect his hustle. So there was that. But in looking at this in the bigger picture, he is providing a bunch of opportunities. His production set's been used for opportunities.
He's Black Panther too.
Right. So in that aspect, I had to self-reflect and look at that. The same goes for Mike Epps, which was they stopped showing up to these sets, and they're the reasons why their bags were fucked up, not because of anybody else coming up after them.
Right. Kevin Hart just told the truth at the end of the day. Like, it was just like, don't get mad that he's getting his money. I'm still shocked that he's getting this big. And I just don't understand people that say that he's not funny. He's fucking hilarious. Kevin Hart's funny as hell.
It's not that he's not funny. It's that it's kind of too much of a dosage too quickly. And I don't want to say that to be, because damn, Juju.
Up flag.
Yeah, that's coming back. I don't want to say it like, well, pace yourself, because when your opportunity's hot, it's hot. So go for it. I guess what I'm just saying is that there used to be a point where you'd have a couple movies here or there, you'd wait a year out or whatever, and then you'd come back flock.
This
is like literally movie, tour, comedy tour, cartoon. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it just becomes oversaturated.
Like,
but at the same time, I got to check myself in doing that too, because it's like, well, what the fuck do you expect? he's getting it where the getting's good.
I just wish Chris Tucker would have did that after Rush Hour. He would have did exactly what he did, what Kevin Hart did.
But Chris Tucker's Tucker's issue really was that he at the time he didn't believe in doing sequels. So that killed a lot of
money. That was money.
Not only did that kill the potential for Smokey to be back next Friday, but there's rumors that they were talking about doing Money Talks 2.
Oh, shit.
He fucked up. That's why they were trying to do Rush Hour 3 for the longest time, and Jackie Chan was cool with it. It was just on Chris Tucker, and he was going to Africa, chilling with Michael, doing others. He was asking for too much money. I'm like, my nigga. Like, why aren't you doing stand-ups? Why aren't you doing... Whatever. He lived his own truth. That's him, and he tried to make a comeback, and that didn't work. Just do fucking the next Friday or the last Friday. I mean, we all want it. We're just waiting on your ass.
I don't even know if I want last Friday. It's just way too. It's
way too
16
long.
Years now.
It's way too
16
long.
Years since Friday the Next came out.
I don't give a fuck.
It won't be the same though. It won't be the same. I mean, Mike Epps was a good replacement for Smokey though. Like Day for next Friday.
I'm still waiting for Dana to come back.
That's true. Well. He wasn't the last one, the Friday After Next.
Nope.
Yeah, he was.
Dana.
Oh, Dana.
Regina King. She's been in since Friday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But no one really cared about Dana like that.
It's Regina King.
Day. I was like...
Yeah, I was about to say, what Friday you been watching?
Like,
no, Dana.
I know, but Dana probably went to college or some shit. I can see why they wrote her off.
Of course, but now we're getting the last Friday. Like, everybody needs to be back.
Yeah.
It's the last one.
I agree with you on that.
I get you on that one, but Ice Cube's game, he makes sure everybody else's game. Mainly Chris Tucker.
Speaking of Cube, real quick, album drops in November, I think.
He has another album coming?
Who?
Ice Cube.
Really?
Yeah. He put the artwork out. I forget the title because the title's been out for years, and right now I'm drawing a blank. But it's supposed to be coming out in November.
Oh.
Now, I'm probably even saying that wrong because it's probably October. Now I'm thinking about it, but either way, it's coming.
Maybe Christmas.
It's coming soon.
It's coming someday. It might be tomorrow.
Shit.
Anyway, SOBxRBE.
SOBxRBE.
Whatever.
It's like, come on, man.
They niggas don't know how to fucking act. Martin, you have more knowledge in this shit.
Yeah, this is all you.
Well, yeah, man. Young T.O. was drunk. And he basically said he's out the group, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just... That's what it came down to, bro. He went on IG Live drunk, saying that he was out the group and blaming...
That was a good-ass drunk. Yeah, he left like, the paragraph.
He didn't... No, that part wasn't when he was drunk.
Oh.
That came afterwards.
Oh, wow.
Someone else did that, but whatever.
I mean, I'm not going to read the whole thing,
Yeah.
but I'm going to read the first two sentences in the
Bay language. You gotta say the
traditional
Bay language.
voice. Because it's just so fucking contradictory, and to not do it in the voice would be so disrespectful.
Oh, God.
To whom it may concern, no, we not funkin'. We just on different terms. Crazy how you make money and create a new life with niggas you call brother, and in the end, they still disloyal.
I thought you would only do that for racist shit.
No, I'm doing it for shit that don't make fucking sense.
Oh.
How the fucking one sentence, how the fucking for the first sentence you say we not funkin', but then in the very next grammatically incorrect sentence, you call a nigga disloyal.
You had to speak in the Bay language, bro. I thought that's what I was expecting.
No. This shit don't make sense.
I mean, it's Bay niggas, man.
I told
speaks like a hood nigga.
Like I told Martine, we all boys. We could go all our separate ways at some point later on. As soon as a nigga says anything about disloyalty and makes it public, damn all that we ain't funkin'. Nah, bruh. Nah.
We're funkin'.
Yeah.
Common sense.
Yeah, nah. We got some problems.
And then, like, after all that shit, I sent it, I mean, today, as we're recording, they posted a picture together saying, what's it called? SOBxRBE forever. And
Yeah.
like, for life.
Yeah, last week he was saying Gang in 2 was his final appearance in the group, and now this week it's, oh yeah, Gang in 2 drops Friday. Go get it.
And we still good.
And that's why I say Bay niggas don't know how to act. They can get like a little bit of fame, little bit of success, and then they just fuck it up.
Well, we'll see where it goes from here.
Like the hyphy movement.
Well, there was a lot that went into that.
Yeah, I remember
so much
ego.
A whole lot that went into that.
Yeah, I just remember the My Block shit. That was at its peak when MTV came out here for the whole My Block shit. Yeah. That was at its peak, and then nothing else. Shout out to Sway though, he tried.
Mm-hmm. I'd say the final big attempt was I don't want to say it was a piggyback because Thiz had been doing their thing with documentaries for a while, but when Thiz did the Block Report, that was like the final
hurrah,
because that was right before Cash got murdered.
Right.
Pretty Black was murdered shortly after, and then niggas started going to jail, and niggas started having internal beef,
and then
they started signing to these major labels who weren't really giving a fuck about them. They just wanted to jump on the hype, and then they were fucking signing these whack ass deals. And then next thing you know, like Tear Gas comes out, which should have been nationally recognized.
Oh yeah.
From the Jack, rest in peace.
Yeah.
The Tear Gas comes out and nobody outside of our region was talking about it.
Everybody in our region were calling that. It was like calling Tear Gas like the Illmatic.
That's a hood classic.
It was a hood classic.
That is up there.
That is a classic.
And the only people that knew about it were just Bay people.
Yeah.
Just us.
Yep.
They picked the wrong singles. They were just not filming the right time of videos. Just
now the video, I think, was the biggest problem.
Yeah.
With that.
Just how they promoted it.
Not just the way it was set up.
Was it all independent?
It was whack, dude.
Was it an independent?
Like it was just a whack ass video.
Wasn't Tear Gas like an independent label?
Yeah, well, it was, you know,
it was SMC.
Yeah.
It was distributed by SMC.
Oh, distribution.
I mean, it's enough. Damn.
Dead.
Hey.
Oh, he dead. Someone got knocked the fuck out.
Nah, he knocked himself the fuck out.
Knocked himself the fuck out.
Why are you chasing the ball that's that far out of bounds?
That's how they're just trained like that. See, look at this shit. Nope.
He's still trying to catch the shit.
Nope. That's just how they're trained.
Motherfucker ran into it.
Coasting again. Was it coasting again? Damn, you got knocked down and then you knocked yourself out.
Nah, it ain't him.
Oh,
Coasting was 23. That's Johnson.
Oh, Johnson. Anyway, like we were saying.
Yeah, that just...
that bad movement anyway.
Yeah.
And some other good news. Suge Knight got put away for 28 years. Let's get a round of applause for that.
I'm giving no good news for that. This is actually one of the times where he actually was warranted for his actions. Have you seen that video footage?
No, I just don't like Suge Knight.
I didn't necessarily care for him that much either, but this is actually the one time where I'm actually looking at, like, you actually got put up for what you did in the past, not for this one particular situation.
Oh, that shit that happened in Straight Outta Compton on the set when he ran that nigga over?
Yeah, when they all pretty much ambushed the truck.
Because didn't he say he was going to do some shit to him anyway? He threatened him?
No. He showed up. They were supposed to be squashing something. I don't know what the hell they were doing. But then the niggas ran up to the car, so he pulled back and
I just remember how pissed off Dre was on Defiant Ones when they talked about it. You remember that?
Well, of course. Dre's name's attached to that.
Now he was like, you stupid motherfucker. Yeah. I remember how pissed off he was. He's like, this old fucking idiot.
You wouldn't be the only one that want to give an applause to that, though. Like, there's plenty of people. Going into this, though, so like I said, Breakfast Club had some good interviews. Corrupt was on last week, and they were asking him. This was before the sentencing for Suge came out. So they had asked him about basically Straight Outta Compton, the death row scenes. They're asking him, like, was that, and then the documentary that they did for that BET did. Yeah, like was it actually
how accurate?
Accurate? And he goes, it's actually a good thing they actually left some stuff out because that stuff actually would be too raw that was not in.
Damn.
So
much stories you hear about what happened at Death Row, man.
Charlemagne asked him. He said, "So when Dre was out here punching bloods and shit, and then like that was real?" And then Corrupt looked at me and goes, "Yeah." He goes, "That actually." He goes, "I heard a lot of people laughing about that, but that was real. Dre got heavy hands."
I believe it.
And then he actually had to remind people that Dre got shot right after the Chronic drop. He got shot twice in his legs, and nobody knew about it because Suge was very tight at keeping that shit under wraps. Dre healed up, and then we went on tour for the Chronic. He goes, but no, that happened.
It's all real.
Yeah,
everything's real. It all happened.
It's all real.
It all happened.
Now, of course, the ruling came out several days later. So this is the one that left Terry Carter dead, may he rest in peace. And then Clay Sloan, who went by Bone, he pretty much got maimed by the truck. So he got 28 years for manslaughter because this was a part of a no contest plea. In California, the maximum penalty is 11 years. But you get double the amount if you have previous convictions.
And he has a whole shitload of them.
And of course, his track record isn't that of a choir boy. No. So that's 22 right there. He's now facing another 5 years because the crime is considered serious, and it's a serious violent felony.
Right.
He's facing another year because of use with the deadly weapon, which they're calling the truck the deadly weapon. So that's where the 28 years comes in. He's already served, I think, 3.
Damn.
Because he's been in jail since 2015. That's
pretty much he's gonna go away for a very, 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 very long time.
The thing it is, like, that basically sums up the Suge Knight that we've known since the incarnation of Death Row. Like, literally, like that. The biggest fall from grace I can imagine in terms of label ownership, or even like just ownership in general for black and brown folks. That's the biggest one I could think of. I don't know of any others that.
He's in jail for.
Feel free to
Bill Cosby.
Chime in.
Bill Cosby.
That's
yeah. He's about to get sentenced soon.
But is he gonna do any time? And I don't even think he's gonna do time.
They're trying to make sure he does time.
He'll probably find a way.
Man, I can't look at the Cosby Show any differently. We can still listen to Death Row records, but Cosby shows, shit, that's all bad. Just like R. Kelly records.
Yeah.
And possibly Drake records. Anyway, So Def.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, well, before... So the bridge between this and So Def is... Daz went on Instagram, and Daz been actually beefing, so he ain't got no problem. We all know Daz. Daz ain't got no issue funking with anybody.
You hear what he said about Kanye?
Oh, yeah.
Daz, when he just started roasting the shit out of him, saying, yeah, your wife sucked off the whole industry, bitch, nigga. Just going in on him. I'm like, I guess, nigga.
That's Daz.
Yeah.
If you've been following Daz since,
I know.
Since after Death Row, like, he
gives no ounce of fucks.
Nah. Daz went on Instagram and he pretty much was trolling Suge Jr. He was like, yeah, I heard the news, and shout out to Suge Jr. Go see your pops. He needs you right now. And then laughed and then left it at that.
Damn.
That's mean. Oh well.
That's cold, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
But and again, like that's why I said on this hand I wasn't one to give an applause just because in this particular situation seems like he was.
Oh well.
That was a laugh.
That's a laugh. That's better than that. Fuck it.
I mean, if you wanted that, I would have gave you that. No problem. No.
And that too.
Now, Daz comes into play because, of course, Daz had So Gangster that dropped his lone album on So Def. Well, not his lone album, but the lone album, a part of his So Def deal back in 2006. Yeah. So I had actually been keeping track of this story for a while. It just wasn't... Nothing was connected enough to throw it out there, so I just wanted to wait to see where it went. And even then, it kind of fizzled out once all the facts and the stories came out. So basically, it starts off with Bow Wow. So Bow Wow, this is right after Mac Miller had passed away. He came out on Twitter, and I don't know if he came out from there or if he actually did an interview, but either way, he was basically talking about his addiction with drugs way back when. He said when he was recording Face Off, the joint album with Omarion, he was leaned up off codeine the entire time. He said it even got to a point where they were doing a show in the hot ass summer and he had 3 sweatshirts on because he was freezing.
Whoa.
Yeah, like he's saying it got that bad.
Leaning.
Yeah, he leaning. And basically he was just saying, you know, the reason why he did it was because he was trying to be cool.
I believe that.
And
yeah,
like I have no issues.
Now.
Yeah, I have no issues.
Still trying to fit in.
Believing that. So there was that, but then when it got to he then put out this message on Twitter where it says, "Snoop put me in the game, not you."
Yeah, I think
of course,
I saw that.
Which was everybody took that. Were like, "Oh, he's talking about JD." Mm-hmm. But then it got cleared up that. He's like, nah, I wasn't talking about Jay. So it was like this cryptic ass message.
Who was he talking to?
Exactly. So it was like, all right, bro, for sure.
Snoop wasn't the one that made Bounce With Me, nigga. He was the one, man, whatever.
Yeah, but Snoop was the one so this is.
I know the story.
Yeah. So for the listeners that don't, Snoop and Dre, while they were on the Chronic Tour, while they were in Ohio, Bow Wow hit the stage, rapped the most profanity-laced raps that a child could put out. They were fucking with it. They wanted to bring him on. Of course, the little boy on Doggy Style is Bow Wow. The one that plays Lil Snoop. Mm-hmm. That is Bow Wow. He just didn't feel that Death Row, as the shit kept happening, Snoop was like, this isn't the environment for you. So he dropped off the project, but then he put him in contact with JD. The rest is history. Mm-hmm. So Snoop was actually the one that, you know,
brought him in,
but it was JD that
who
groomed
skyrocketed him to who he is now. Yeah.
So JD and Escape, they were on the Breakfast Club last week as well. They were talking about what led back to Escape getting back together. The tour kicking off, which starts October 14th in DC. I thought it was dope how they're actually going to do it, where they don't have any openers or closers. It's just they're just going to do hit after hit after hit. So
get there early.
Acts are literally just coming out and then leaving, coming back.
Gone.
And Antonio Brown is back in the end zone.
Yep. Still is back in their bag right now.
Yeah, but then when they brought up the JD and Bow Wow situation to him, he was like, well, first of all, there's nothing going on, but we're not as close as people would think. You know, I do consider him, you know, like family, but it's not like, you know,
why were they always promoting that shit? It's like they're always like brothers, and then like the next thing you know, they be hating each other.
Well,
like
they just got to market it like that.
My gosh, you fake friend ass niggas.
Well, you got to remember too, it's not just his mentor. That's his label. So when you're dealing with a minor, you gotta try to market.
I'm talking about now.
Oh well, now it's that's
what I'm talking about.
Well, the interesting thing is, remember how we always were questioning why the hell Bow Wow called that album New Jack City 2?
That was fucking stupid.
Yeah, that wasn't him. That was JD.
Why? Because
JD's explanation for it was, this is how he would have imagined Nino and G Money coming back together after they, you know, if Nino didn't kill him at the end of the first one, they found some way to reconcile, they went on the run, and then they were able to recoup.
So, wasn't Let Me Hold You on that? No, that was on Face Off. He had some stupid ass. He had like girly songs on that album.
Yeah, it was the Pull in My Basement, You Can Get It All, which sampled
that's hella gangster.
TLC.
That's hella gangster.
I don't think he was trying to make it the gangster. I think it was just like
No, I'm just saying, like, yeah.
Yeah, but that was JD. But then there was a story that he said. He's like, yeah, Bow Wow always been a little weird ass nigga. Like, he used to come on my tour bus and he used to steal my jewelry while I wasn't on there, and he'd run back to his tour bus, and I'd have to wait till we get back to the next city to get my shit back, because he'd be on the tour bus taking pictures with it and everything. Like,
damn, he be Instagram stunt. He was MySpace stunting probably.
So he was doing the Bow Wow challenge.
No, this is before. Yeah, no,
so this was when he was Lil Bow Wow.
This is when Beware of Dog first came out.
Oh, look, I got he was a kid. He was a child. I mean, that makes sense.
So he's saying like he's always he goes, but there's one thing that's consistent, which is if he's saying he was doing all that drug stuff, he wasn't doing it around me. And he goes, because one thing that I can say is that when you think of Bow Wow ain't never been arrested, ain't never done like all that stuff. And he goes, because I have a role in his life. And he goes, we may not be as close, talking every single day, but
I think that
rest assured.
I think that shit started when he was kicking it with Soulja Boy.
Oh yeah,
it was when he started getting a little too cocky and shit. I mean, that's when I started hating his ass. He was getting too annoying to me.
Yeah, when they did that whole ignorant shit project, I was like, you.
Bow Wow he was flexing too hard. He was trying way, way, way too hard on that shit.
That was a situation where that was the anti. What did you call it when Michael had the Peter Pan?
Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah, that was the anti Peter Pan syndrome. Where he was trying to grow up.
He was trying to grow up.
He was trying to get rid of that image that everybody had placed.
Yeah, he said, "Don't call me Lil Bow Wow. It's call me Bow Wow."
Right.
Nigga, shut up.
Right. But yeah, so I mean, like, they asked him, okay, so he's not on the tour, and he goes, what are you talking about? He's on tour with us. He goes, I don't follow him on Twitter. He goes, but I know it's one of the first tweets you see on his page. So I scrolled through and I was like, hey, it's right there.
Pinned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not pinned anymore. He put something else there, but sure enough, it's like three to five tweets in. Like, it's right there.
3 to 5 tweets. You follow Bow Wow. I still don't know why, but
hey,
this fuckery. I mean,
that's a social media gem. You gotta appreciate social media. You gotta appreciate your gems where you can find them. And off top, how many classics has Bow Wow given us?
1. Like albums?
No, songs.
Oh, he gave us some.
2.
Mel's made a whole playlist of it. Yeah. So he gave us.
But I felt like it was a good time, because even coincidentally, like, I always thought, I was like, okay, well, the third Throwback Thursday I do it's likely gonna be So Def with the tour that's happening. And then all this stuff started coming into play, and I was like, let's keep it as the third. Yeah, so shout out to everybody that downloaded and listened to last week's playlist. Damn, I wish that tour was actually coming out here to the Bay.
It's not coming out to the Bay?
Only stop they're making in California is LA. I think that's the final show.
So how many stops? How many tour stops?
I think it's 12 or 13 or something like that.
Oh, so they're making this intimate.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be one of them shows. But shouts out to them. Like I said, the idea of not having an opener or a closer, you just bringing motherfuckers out to perform.
That's what they did. That's what they did with the championship tour.
You know what I mean? Like, when you got a roster like that, how can you not? Like, that makes perfect sense.
They did that with the championship tour.
I thought it was Schoolboy Q and the SZA into.
No, it was Sir. It was started with Sir.
No, not starting, but I'm saying the 3 headliners were. They did it as they still had headliners. Ish. Where it was Schoolboy Q into SZA into Kendrick.
They just stopped. They would get off the stage and shit like that. Like they would get off stage, change the set, and all that other shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cool headline.
This one's different. They're not changing any set. It's literally an artist comes out, they perform, they go back out. Another one comes in. The old artist at some point comes back out, does another hit, and then goes back out. Like they're literally tag teaming them.
Tag teaming them. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, shit. So that's that.
Into first world American problems.
I really didn't care about this, but niggas just made it a big deal that Bert and Ernie are gay.
Yeah.
I picked that up for years.
I've known that. It's kind of obvious.
It never bothered me when I was watching it. Like, all right, whatever. Don't matter to me.
People, I didn't see this shit on Twitter. Everyone was doing like all think pieces on tweets, and it's like, it's not that serious. They're fucking puppets.
Yeah, literally fucking puppets.
Yeah.
So 7-time Emmy winning writer Mark Saltzman. So of course he he did an interview.
Make sure you gotta tell him 7 times.
7
times.
7 of them motherfuckers. Yeah. he did an interview for Queerty, which is a homosexual publication.
Obviously.
Yeah. And he stated that Bert and Ernie were based on him and his partner, Arnold Glassman, who was, he's done projects in Hollywood. He was an editor on Raising Arizona with Nicolas Cage. Like that was one of the ones he's done. He says in the interview, when I was writing Bert and Ernie, they were lovers. I didn't have any other way to contextualize them.
So they were fucking.
Yeah, so he just made them roommates. He made them roommates, but that's what it was. So then, at that point, everybody's like, all right, well,
whatever.
Cool.
Well,
like that's
a logical person.
Like,
a logical person was thinking that.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But then here comes Sesame Street.
Wait a minute. They ain't gay. That's pretty much what they said. They pretty much in a statement that they deleted. They just said, nah, they ain't gay.
It's like, nah.
Yeah.
Just nah.
Nah. Then deleted it. Just plain. We're just gonna leave it up for y'all, but nah.
Which then goes into Frank Oz. So Mark was the writer. Frank Oz was the puppeteer for Bert. So Frank comes out and he says, they're not gay, of course. And then somebody asked him, well, how do you know? He comes back and he says, I have not had to think about my own sexual orientation as something that needs to be validated. And I read that and I was like,
What kind of shit is that?
what the fuck does that have to do with the puppets and with their sexuality, lack of
pretty much
sexuality?
his way of his way
what are you
of saying
talking about?
Stupid.
It's his way of just saying, like, I wasn't thinking about that shit. That's pretty much what he thought. Like, I wasn't thinking about that.
But even then, if you weren't thinking about it, how do you know they're heterosexual or homosexual?
Yeah.
If you weren't thinking about it, that's what I was getting at.
Leave Yoda alone. He's slow. If you get it, Frank Oz played the voice of Yoda. Yeah.
Yeah, so that had people up in social media frenzy. I was observing. I was just laughing at the whole thing. I was like, "This is funny."
I just kept scrolling. It's like
y'all
scrolling. That's moments I just keep on scrolling.
As much shit that we have going on overall in the world outside of our hip hop culture.
Y'all tripping about puppets.
Puppets.
That you known since you were kids.
Puppets that have no lower body anatomy, no nothing.
Not a human. Not a human.
They have a hand in their ass.
A hand in their ass.
Getting talks with their hand.
A hand in your ass.
Give me a hell yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Nah, whatever. I could give a damn.
A story that a lot of people wish we didn't hear or had to visualize, but we were forced to. Stormy Daniels.
Let's make this quick.
I'm going to, because it leads right into sports, and that's where I want to get into. So
just say it and just move it.
Yes, she spoke about her encounter with the whole ass motherfucker in office that fateful night.
Whole ass nigga in
dreamy office. Or the dreamy night that took place, so much passion. And she basically said that this motherfucker is, for lack of better words, he is aligned with Toad from Mario Kart when it comes to his anatomy.
Anyway, so we're watching Monday Night Football.
What made it all worse?
And Ben Roethlisberger's playing.
No. Because you actually missed this because I didn't show you this. And there's a reason why I didn't show you. To make it worse, somebody... You know how you could do these damn puppets or these cartoons and you could like visualize this is what they look like if they were actually a human being or in 3D.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Somebody did Toad in 3D.
Well, that's nice to know.
And yeah, it just I can't get the image.
This is a dark episode, people.
It's horrible. It's a disgusting ass image. Like it's bad. That's Toad in 3D form is not the happy-go-lucky Toad that we are used to in Mario Kart racing.
Anyway,
but then she goes up after that. She explains that as he was leaving, he tells her that, oh, Ben Roethlisberger, he's going to come up and he's going to walk you up to your hotel room. And at that point, everybody's like, what the fuck is Ben Roethlisberger doing in this fucking story?
That was the most random part of the story. I was like, okay. This one of the moments I just keep scrolling, like, why am I... okay. Roethlisberger.
This is one of the moments where I'm like, ooh, how far down does this rabbit hole go down?
Shit.
Because then, of course, you know, because of course, when you think of Ben Roethlisberger, you don't think of just football.
You think of him as a bathroom rapist.
Yeah.
Isn't it the fact?
I mean, technically,
allegedly,
it's all alleged.
It's alleged.
Those who were accusing seem to get some nice paydays to retract those statements.
Yep. But that shit stick with Roethlisberger for like the rest of his career.
Yeah. So when that came out, everybody was basically like, "Oh, yeah, not." It's surprising only because you didn't expect to see his name, but at the same time, when you're able to process it, you're like, "Yeah,
it's not far fetched.
Not far fetched.
Not at all."
And wasn't he one of the ones that supported him during the campaign?
Kind of silently ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
one of them silent players.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That leads right into sports because up until tonight, Steelers are winning right now, 16-7. But up until tonight, it looked like them motherfuckers was in shambles.
They kind of still internally they are.
At this point, like Antonio Brown got into it with some. What blew my mind was this was a former fucking PR guy for the Steelers. He went out and made a tweet, was saying. Basically, Antonio Brown isn't shit without Roethlisberger. He's a system-wide receiver. So then Antonio Brown came out and was like, well trade me and let's find out.
Yep, I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
And then Skip practiced on Monday.
Yep, said, fuck y'all.
Yeah, so, he showed up the rest of the week. Le'Veon Bell at this point, the organization has put, they put him on the trading block.
Come to Santa Clara, we need a running back.
And a quarterback.
Yeah.
Sorry.
From what I'm hearing, Green Bay is looking like they want all kinds of Bell in their backfield. Because the thing of it is, too, you factor in, so shout out to big little homie Devontae. So Aaron Rodgers already has Devontae. He's got Randall Cobb. Now he's got Jimmy Graham. I'm sure there's one other receiver.
Ty Montgomery also.
Yeah. If you're able to acquire Bell, not only do you have a running back, you have a receiver in the backfield as well, depending on how you want to run that.
Well, I mean, they use Ty Montgomery as a running back, but, I mean...
He's not a running back.
Exactly. If you have Le'Veon Bell, quite possibly the best running back in the league...
Right.
I mean, shit, take that.
Yeah, take that.
And it's even more fucked up that I guess Tomlin lost the locker room.
Well, yeah, they're saying he's lost the locker room, which... For me, that shit starts up at the front office. Like, you've made this into that situation because of how you're going about and treating Le'Veon Bell. And then you got the fucking offensive linemen coming out talking saying what they said about him during this shit. And it's like, wait a minute.
Shut up. I remember reading that shit. Like, dude, why are y'all talking? So just block. Shut up.
So to me, people are saying Tomlin's lost the locker room. I don't believe he's lost the locker room. I believe that the front office has given him a locker room that's dysfunctional, and now he has to make it work.
I was going to say, they're making it worse.
Exactly.
Well, they need to get rid of those fucking toxic pieces, and then maybe we can work again. Or they got to get through the season first.
It's toxic all the way around. I mean, even if Le'Veon got something figured out with them.
But then again, we don't know what's been going on backstage. It's just all hearsay and allegedly. Like right now, they're winning, so everyone could winning. Like JB said from Last Chance U. Winning changes everything.
Yeah.
So let these niggas start winning.
Yeah, but to piggyback off of Bell and the idea of him joining Green Bay, I guess that's where we're going with week 3. Y'all, again, I'm not watching except for Monday nights, but I've been seeing highlights. Yeah, do y'all know what a fucking tackle is at this point? Because it seems like,
dude, what Clay Matthews did,
Clay Matthews gets a tackle.
What Clay Matthews did with Alex Smith, that was a grade A tackle that I was taught in high school. That was a tackle. That was a flat-out tackle, and they gave him a flag for that?
Because apparently you're not supposed to land on top of the
How can you control yourself?
That's what I'm saying.
It's football.
What do you want him to do?
What do you want him to pause? Like, what do you want him to do?
I saw this funny-ass video, dude. Like, it was Packer fans, of course.
Yeah.
Right? The girl, drops back like a quarterback and shit. Dude's lined up as a DN, and he freaking, like, literally picks her up off her feet, lays her down, grabs a pillow, puts it behind her head.
That's pretty much
a sack.
That's a sack now. Like, they're protected. I call that the Peyton Manning, Tom Brady rule. Protect Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. That's what it is. That's pretty much what it is.
Man. Basically.
And Peyton Manning's gone. They're just really protecting these whole-ass quarterbacks, man. Now, watch that. If Kaepernick was playing like that, they would have called that a tackle.
Bro, easy. He never got no flags for roughing the pass. Like
no. I'm talking about if Kaepernick was playing right now, if they brought him back and that shit happened, they wouldn't throw no flag.
Because he's a running quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I bring that up because it seems like, of course, Devontae plays for them, so I'm tuned in to at least watch some of the highlights. This is the third consecutive game where he's hit the quarterback the way you're taught to hit the quarterback, and he gets a rough in the passer ground. I'm like, what the hell is a tackle on the quarterback anymore?
Like, I could understand if they called it when he lifts him up and drives him into the ground.
Right.
That might
When you're doing too much.
It,
you're doing too much.
Pushing it. But this shit, like, come on, man. It's all shoulder. It's freaking. It's in the target zone. It's like, come on.
Some old loser ass shit.
That's just wild to me.
Well, speaking of
speaking
of losers, they're no longer losers no more.
I was about to say.
I said last week I called them trash. Now they're winners. The Cleveland Browns.
We're trying to figure out what a tackle is. The Browns is out here trying to figure out what an L is for the
first time
actually the second time in 3 weeks, because the first week they didn't lose, they tied.
Yeah.
Now they won. They're winners now. That's a round of applause for Cleveland. And they got themselves a quarterback. I've been saying, I don't know why they didn't start him from jump.
Well, because you don't just throw a quarterback out there. You know what I mean? Like,
you paid for Tyrod Taylor,
right?
Shit.
You pay for Tyrod Taylor, and you look at it from that standpoint of, okay, we have a rental right now. We don't know what we have in Baker Mayfield. Let's not test it.
You saw them all in preseason.
No. But it's preseason. Not everybody's
practice.
Not everybody plays their defense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stars aren't playing, so you can only take so much from that. And again, you're not looking at wins and losses in preseason. You're just looking at how they develop.
You watch them all in, he is in practice and shit. I mean, shit.
Practice is different from
I know, we talk about practice.
But yeah, so Tyrod ended up with a concussion.
Yeah, I watched
Baker Mayfield came in from the first throw. What people were telling me was like, yo,
I watched that damn game. As soon as he came in, he was just throwing like nothing. The last 5 minutes of the second half, 2 minutes, like he got the 3 points, but he drove down the field. I'm like, oh, y'all got a quarterback. Oh, y'all really got a quarterback. Nice. And then then when he first scored, it was the Eagles trick play when they threw to the quarterback. I was like, as soon as he caught that, I'm like, oh, that's their quarterback. Sorry, Tyrod. What's his name?
Tyrod,
you're done, man.
Yeah, so what was it, 203 yards or something like that?
Over 200 yards. He was like, I was thinking, why didn't you start this motherfucker before? Yeah. Y'all would have been 3-0.
Shout out to Carlos Hyde. Yeah. Carlos Hyde went in, scored a touchdown.
That's nice.
Carousel or handheld that football like a baby, and then come to find out, his girl gave birth to his firstborn, Carlos Jr., a few hours later.
Carlos Jr., no pun intended.
Carlos Jr.
You said Carlos Jr.
Carlos Jr.
It sounded like Carlos Jr.
Yes, shouts out to him. Cleveland was just in a fucking frenzy.
They
J.R. Smith, who was fresh off of dropping a kid's book, he was in the stands shirtless.
Kid book?
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's a book about him and his younger brother Chris growing up. Somebody made it and they were like, oh, this is going to be like Cat in the Hat. I will drink Henny over there. I will drink Henny over here.
Wow.
I'll drink Henny and forget the score of the game.
Yep. Yeah, but I remember I saw it. He's like, yep, if they win, I'm taking my shirt off.
Yeah.
And then he took his shirt off.
I was a madhouse in Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland was
Everybody, I've said this countless times, Cleveland will forever be the most underrated trip I ever took a part of the Raiders. I had so much fun in Cleveland. I wish I was just there for that night just to be part of the festivities.
Can you imagine if they
have
win
like a parade and shit?
They broke the fucking refrigerator glass to get them damn beers.
They opened up. They opened up. There's like a
they opened up, but I'm saying at that point, shit, break it open, celebrate.
Imagine if this motherfucker Baker Mayfield take them to the damn Super Bowl and they win it, Cleveland's gonna burn.
You can't tell Cleveland Browns nothing for 100 years.
Oh,
seriously,
shit! He's like, we got an NBA final ring and an NBA championship and the fucking Lombardi Trophy in like less than 5 years. Shit,
we gonna see. They have the pieces in place now.
Oh, yeah,
you got Myles Garrett leading the defense.
Oh yeah, and they got a beast.
Who is it? Landry's now the leading receiver out there.
Yep.
Yeah, you were telling me this.
They got
during
pieces.
The off season. Yeah. And
shout out my dog TJ Carey, he's out there doing his thing.
And the Raiders better be afraid because they're gonna be 0-4 if they don't win.
Yeah, it ain't looking good, man. I mean, it's never good when the only highlight I see, the second highlight I see is two wide receivers running into the end zone together and they give a high five with each other as they step in.
I thought he picked it off.
No, that was.
Oh shit!
That was a throw from Tannehill. Wide receiver. I don't know who the hell caught it, but the other wide receiver was running side by side of them. They looked as they're running to the end zone and high-fived each other and went in.
Wow.
And I was like, that's a good description. And then, because, I mean, I took my break from work, and the first notification I get is Jordy Nelson had 59 yards the first 2 games, and now he has 127 in the first half and a touchdown. And I'm like, oh, they don't do this.
Wrong. Wrong.
Next notification I get is, they giving high fives to each other in the end zone, and that's the game. Okay.
Fitzpatrick's playing like Fitzpatrick right now.
Jameis Winston gonna be starting next week.
Told you that shit was gonna go away.
White boy Fitz, that's done.
Man.
Nope.
I remember the 4th team that he did it for, the Texans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that.
You're right.
Yeah.
He threw that shit too high too. Who the fuck were you throwing to? He threw that shit
wobbly and everything.
super high.
That shit was
wobbly like booty cheeks in New Orleans, man. Where the hell was that? Come on, man.
Yeah, but no, Gruden is starting to troll the fans now because they're asking him about we need a pass rush. He brought it up
the
again.
pass rusher again.
Dude, that shit. Come on, man.
Meanwhile, Khalil and the Bears, I forgot who they beat, but they won 16-14. Mm-hmm. He had another fucking strip sack.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's 3 games in a row, bro.
Damn. And now Raider fan. There's this Raider fan on my line. They hate. Ooh, shit. Anyways, there's this Raider fan on my timeline that hates John Gruden the same way how I hated Jed York. I'm like, this old bitch-ass, mark-ass motherfucker. I'm like, well, this is what you wanted.
Yeah,
this is what all you Raider fans wanted.
Yeah.
You wanted this.
Yeah.
You wanted this.
By any means. They said by any means.
Raider fans were happy as fuck when they got Gruden, man.
And look what happened. You guys are about 0-3. The John Gruden-led Oakland Raiders are 0-3.
And so Ian Rappaport is saying, he reported that there's been a divide between Gruden and
I read
the front
about
office. And the reason there's been a divide is because he's relying more on his inner counsel versus taking the tools that Reggie McKenzie's put in place with the scouting department. Right. All player personnel, basically.
Yeah, guys,
and they set up
their job and shit, yeah.
And he said there's somebody in his council who said that Von Miller was going to be a bust. And I forgot it was one of them bust-ass quarterbacks where he was like, this is going to be the next Aaron Rodgers. So that's who is rumored that is giving him advice on how to run the organization.
He's probably the one that told him to get rid of Matt.
Stupid.
Like, it's
running
bad.
that shit like Moneyball.
Oh, you don't need him.
Yeah.
Dude, he's literally gutting the team. If they lose to the Browns next week, bro, isn't there like...
If they lose to the Browns, they might as well just go to Vegas right now.
They might as well just go. Get him the
because it ain't going to make a difference if you playing in a stadium or if you playing next to a cactus. Yeah. It's not going to make a difference.
If they lose to the Browns. If you lost to the Browns next week, John Gruden, that's what you... Hey, Raiders. Happens, hey, 100 million reasons why he should not give no ounce of fuck. He is rebuilding that team into his own vision. Make the Raiders great again. That's what it is. It was already great, kind of, but he's making it greater. John Gruden, man, you thought you were getting Chucky. Y'all got Trump.
Yeah.
That's that laugh. Well, you know it's not funny.
Y'all thought y'all was getting this. Y'all thought y'all was getting the next. Hold up. Let me transition to that because you got your little joke off. Y'all thought y'all was getting the second coming to Joe Montana.
Hey, I didn't say all that. I just said just Garoppolo, and he broke his ACL. I'm not mad. It's what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, and they're shopping for a quarter. They're bringing in another quarterback. Who do you think it's? You think it's Kaepernick?
Don't fast forward that yet.
No, I'm gonna fast. We lost.
Let's talk about the play.
What play? Oh, the one when he fucking tried to juke the move when he tried to run out of bounds.
Why the hell are you as a quarterback?
Don't talk to me.
I wasn't talking to you. I didn't say you.
Why you?
Jimmy G. I said you.
You.
Why in the world you as a starting quarterback would make a play that you expect your running back or your wide receiver to go out in the front lines and do damage for?
Don't talk to me about it. He was just in the mode. He was just running and he was just thinking on his knee.
You know something?
It is what it is, man. They like right now we lost to Kansas City. They whooped our ass.
There's got to be something with football players who have sexual relationships with these porn stars that we really got to start examining. And even if they're not porn stars, they make these tapes. Reggie Bush may have won a Super Bowl.
Ah, shit.
But his career just wasn't that.
It wasn't the same after
he
broke up.
And I believe there's one other player who had a damning effect once Miles Austin. He also dealt with Kim K.
Oh, wow.
We saw how his career went.
Touchdown.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Yeah, they ain't got no issues.
Yeah,
they back.
Yeah, that was like, oh man, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick, he done.
He done. He's
done.
done. You're done.
Yeah. White boy Fitz, he's out of there.
After 2 weeks.
The terrible towels, they in full effect in Tampa. And the fan base was riding for him too.
Oh, they were after
years.
2 weeks.
Man.
That's what I love about football, NFL. Everyone will be riding for you. They'll love you 1 week and they will hate you the next.
Yeah.
If you lose, you're trash. Anyway, yeah, we lost. My Niners lost badly. I mean, we kind of had a comeback, and then that's when he broke his damn ACL, and I was at the cleaners. I didn't watch the second half because I was already mad the way it was, but we started making a comeback, and I was like, don't play with my emotions, just lose. And God was like, okay, and I'm going to do something else too.
Yeah.
And we'll fuck up your QB. And I'm like, thank you, God. And now we're thinking about getting another QB. We're bringing another QB in.
Let's talk about your Make America Great Again quarterback you got now. That's supposed to be.
I'm trying to make a point. We brought in somebody else, Tom Savage. You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he bad?
He's not good.
He ain't savage.
Oh no! Yeah, Mr. C.J. Bernard. That's how you say his name? Beathard.
Yeah,
Beathard. He's decent. He is decent as a QB.
As a QB, he's not.
He's a
bad,
backup.
but he's definitely.
He's a definition of a backup. He's Tim Rattay.
He's a third stringer for a reason.
No, he's a second stringer.
He's the backup.
He's the backup.
He's a third stringer playing second string this year because y'all ain't have nobody to bring in as backup.
He was the backup, bro.
No, what I'm saying is that he's there by default.
No, because Tom Savage is going to be backup. Yeah, he was the main backup.
That's what I'm saying. If they had a better backup, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
All right. Well, the only better backup would be Colin.
Exactly.
But CJ is a really good backup.
He is.
Like, he is a really good backup.
I'm going to hear about it as a starter.
Yeah, you just need to watch the game. Maybe if you watch the games, then you'll probably see it. But, Anyway.
I saw what he did in preseason years ago. And even though I don't put much stock to
that was years ago.
You mean a year ago?
A year ago, yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
He wasn't even the third stringer backup. He was the backup.
He was the backup.
We're Niner fans. You the
no, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Savage.
Oh,
Savage.
Savage. Oh, yeah. What? Come on, I was all mad at you
because of that. Because of that. No,
yeah.
I'm saying it's talking about Savage.
Yeah,
because if that motherfucker gets hurt.
Yeah.
They were really fucked.
We're already putting the season.
If you're unfortunate enough to have a similar situation we had my final year with the Raiders, where Derek goes down and then,
like I said, I'm happy this happened now instead of like when we're heading to the playoffs and then we get kicked in the nuts like you guys. So it's like let's put the season in rice. We're still rebuilding, so it is what it is. He's still Garoppolo. He even told Beathard to lead this team, and Niner fans are just like,
yeah.
Anyway, that motherfucker in Kansas City
he voted for.
Yeah, well, they said he didn't do it. He said he didn't vote for him. Or some shit like that. Like he helped in the campaign. He said he didn't vote for him. Shit.
Those pictures say otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, man.
He was very excited to hold that Trump jersey, and he gave it to him from Iowa, or wherever the hell he was from.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a red state for a reason.
Hey, man, but
what Kansas
Mahomes, though.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Bro.
Man, he's a savage.
Goodbye to the AFC West.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to the AFC West for a while. That's
that boy, that whole team's a beast, but Andy Reid's still
not the whole team. Special teams takes precedence over that defense, so I've heard.
Oh, the special
defense is ass.
The defense is we got back into the game.
We got back, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But what's his name? Andy Reid, I don't know how he just figures it out, but shit, like I said, if I was a Kansas City fan, I'm gonna be like, okay. And then we're gonna get to the damn playoffs and then lose again. I'm like, fire that fat fuck. So I happened with the Eagles every year.
Yeah.
Just like Marvin Lewis. I still don't know why. He's still coaching for the damn Bengals. Every fucking year.
That shit was funny.
What, when he rehired his ass?
That was hilarious.
Shit.
We all thought he was going to get fired.
Gone.
Oh, yeah.
We even left the podcast talking about that, and the very next day...
Oh, we rehired him.
He got an extension?
Extension. Shit. 2 more years or some shit?
Like, okay.
Okay.
Y'all motherfuckers do not give a fuck about your city of Cincinnati.
Oh, just one playoff win. When he built that team from scratch and stuff, and now they're a contending team.
Yeah.
Do you know how many other coaches out there, man? Shit, you could get Harbaugh. Oh shit, why did I say that?
Yeah, you put that in the universe.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
It's already over with.
To gloss over some other stuff, round of applause to Drew Brees.
Yep.
So he passed Brett Favre for the most completions in NFL history in their overtime win against the Falcons. I heard that was a good shootout. His final score was like 43-37.
Oh yeah, they were in overtime. It was crazy. Overtime, it went crazy. Fucking Drew Brees fucking broke like 2 tackles. Did a spin move.
Did you watch it or did you see Red Zone?
I watched it on Red Zone. Yeah, they showed it. I saw it live when I got home. I'm like,
no. What I meant was, were you watching the actual game or was it on Red Zone?
No, on Red Zone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they showed.
It's not going to diminish it. I was just asking because usually they focus on that.
Yeah. But it was in overtime, and Drew Brees did that little juke move. He spun around and just jumped in that bitch.
That's nasty.
Yeah, I know. It was nasty.
We speak so much about Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady that
Drew Brees is scary too, but we stopped his ass.
He gets lost in the mix, and really,
yeah.
The reason why I feel like he gets lost in the mix is because Sean Payton, they never did shit with that defense.
Hey, they want to ring.
They should have more than one Super Bowl. If we're being
they really should.
The same way
they should be the Patriots.
The same
of the
with Aaron
NFC.
Rodgers. Like him and Breeze probably should both have 2 Super Bowl rings apiece.
The Packers don't do shit to help out Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know how he's able to do all that. Aaron Rodgers is still a scary motherfucker. Don't get it twisted. Oh yeah, and the fucking Lions beat the Patriots. That was crazy.
I keep forgetting the head coach's name.
Matt Patricia.
Patricia, man.
Matt Patricia.
He's like, hey, guess what I got? Still got the playbook.
Dude, the Patriots are what? They lost 2 back-to-back for like the first time for like a long-ass time and shit. I'm like, ooh. See, I can't. And then Brady was pissed off again. Again, he was yelling on the sideline and shit like that, like he's Serena Williams. Like he thinks he's Serena Williams.
Nah, he's not Serena Williams. Because if he was Serena Williams, he would have had a cartoon made about him with big lips like a monkey. Everybody just looked at him and said he has a fire under him, and that's the leader.
That's like what is. He's a sportsman, you know what I mean?
I keep saying
he's about it.
Oh wow,
Steph Curry and Flo Rida are part of the halftime show. That's
random.
Hella random.
Wait, who?
Steph Curry's
gonna be talking during halftime.
Get this media day for the NBA and shit.
Everybody knows I like Steph. I just hate the jersey that he wears. I don't think he's wearing the jersey, so we're cool tonight.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, it was.
But Flo Rida makes sense. It's Florida.
Yeah, but yeah,
it's Flo Rida.
Josh Gruden was inactive, huh?
Yeah, that was actually surprising to me.
He wasn't ready yet, probably.
Nah, of course not.
And then they still got one more game to go without Julian Edelman because of the PEDs.
Yeah, so he's pretty much probably trying to get into the playbook and shit.
Yeah,
and also I keep saying the Patriots have not been the same. They're not going to be the same since that damn Super Bowl win. That Super Bowl loss.
Well, a lot of people are saying a lot of people are saying Bill Belichick has lost that locker room because I guess they were trying to trade Gronk during the offseason to Detroit.
He was going to come out here too, probably. You remember that rumor?
Well, that was the rumor. It was actually they had the trade on the table for Detroit. And Gronk came in there and was like, you fucking do that. I'm retiring. It's going to fuck up everything you trying to do because Tom Brady's my quarterback.
And then look what happened.
This is crazy when you really think about it. He tried to trade Brady.
Yeah.
He traded Garoppolo, whatever,
He did the stupid shit with Malcolm Butler.
Yeah. Then he sat Malcolm Butler.
For the Super Bowl, your top defensive shit.
Like, yeah.
Belichick is just...
And now this?
Belichick is just a power hunk. He's just...
Gotta go.
He's a diplomat. He has to go at this point.
He gotta go.
He's done.
He has to go. But, you remember when Brady was saying he was thinking about retiring and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like... Yeah, the whole Patriots... inside, there's some shit going on within the organization.
Oh, yeah.
They're never... I told you, after that Super Bowl win, after the 28-3 victory, the 28-3 comeback, they were never the same.
Man. Same as Seattle. So
you should have gave the ball.
Yeah. So
Fuck
I didn't say so. Miami, of course, Raiders lost to Miami. Miami's now 3-0. So now they're playing the Pats. Pats are on demand at this point. We'll see how
that's gonna be a good game. Hopefully,
you guys will tell me all about that. We'll see how that goes next week because Miami could be 4-0. And the Pats could be 1-3, 3.5 games behind them.
Not only 4-0, but beating the Patriots.
Yeah, you feel me?
And they, but
every
time I remember, Miami always played the Patriots well. They
will always be so close to winning.
Right?
They'll be so close to winning, and then Tom Brady just realizes, wait a minute. I'm Tom Brady.
You know who forgot who they were?
The fucking Vikings.
Well, I was about to say the Buffalo Bills too. They forgot who they were.
Yeah,
they thought they were a football team.
Both teams just traded powers. They played trading places. Oh my god! I watched
Freaky Friday,
dude.
Sunday.
Freaky Sunday.
I was watching that game. I'm like, are they whooping their ass?
Scary Sunday.
Oh, they really whooping their ass. And Vontae Davis said, "Damn, I retired too quick.
I should have stayed. Damn. I wish I stayed.
They whooped their ass.
That Bills quarterback.
Yeah, that rookie quarterback.
Josh Allen. Oh man.
Yeah, man.
He went in.
They may have a quarterback there. It ain't the Peter man. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, Fuck no.
The Peter Man.
And if we could get it,
making Cap look good, man.
yeah, really though.
I think if anything though, it says more about the Vikings than it does the Bills.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings were just overhyped.
I don't know, man. It might have just been a fluke game, a trap game.
Possibly, but a trap game at home like that.
Yeah,
And you're a contender. But that's saying you're a contender.
Hold up, because I want to see who they're playing next, because that makes a huge difference, man.
If you play in like Cincinnati, I'm
positive it was like a marquee game.
You talk about the Vikings?
Yeah.
Who they gonna go? Yeah, like you said, probably like one of them fluke games. Because you imagine they always top teams like that.
Yeah,
always.
See, they got the Rams next.
Well, that's gonna be a good test. That's gonna be a real test for them.
Yeah,
in LA.
In LA. Yeah,
in LA, that's gonna be a test.
I'm pretty sure they overlooked the Bills
because they were thinking about the Rams.
Yeah, they're not thinking about the Bills.
Possibly.
Yeah, but they always have those fleet. They probably because like later on in the season, that's when those the loser teams fuck up playoff potentials. You know,
spoilers.
The spoilers. So well, if you go into the Super Bowl, like the reports came out that
there's one more.
Oh, one more. We talked about it though.
Nah, Seahawks.
Oh, I thought we talked about it. Oh yeah, fuck them.
I'm not bringing that. I'm not
and
bringing
the Cowboys.
I'm only bringing them up because of Earl Thomas.
Yeah.
So that motherfucker came out and showed. I still got this. But reports were over the week was that he wasn't holding out. He's been holding in. So he's been at practice going through the drills, and right when it gets part for the drill to get going, he just stops and then he walks back to the sideline, just to let them know like I'm here, but you keep fucking with me, so now I'm gonna fuck with you.
Wow,
I should have had my new deal.
I want my money.
Yeah.
Hey, but he balled out.
Oh, he did.
The Cowboys.
They said he had a
them.
pick or a fumble or something, and then he ran over or was in front of the Cowboys sideline.
Oh,
and then bowed in front of him like, I told you to come get me.
Fuck them. Fuck both of them. That's the Niners side. Actually, fuck the Cowboys too.
Shit.
No, Cowboys just for being racist, and Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bryce. They were stupid enough to let him go, and then they brought him back because they realized.
Like,
what was he doing? Was he just chilling?
So yeah, he made the Cardinals roster during preseason, then they cut him on the final cuts.
Oh, so for 2 weeks he was chilling, and then he got that call.
Yeah,
that's really good for him.
Yeah.
But when it comes to what Super Bowl are we going to be in now? 52? 53?
52.
It's going to be in Atlanta. And
52.
Yeah, and they announced that Maroon 5 is going to be doing the halftime show. Now, everyone was mad. Well, Black Twitter was mad because they're going to be in Atlanta. It's like, you're going to call Outkast or Ludacris and all these other people. So they were like, okay. So then rumors came out that they're going to get Travis Scott and Cardi B.
That's a good look. Round of applause. Round of applause for all three.
Especially Cardi B right now.
Yeah, she's...
Like right now, just reported, that song with her, Maroon 5, went number 1 on Billboard.
That's number 3 for her.
3 number 1s. First female artist to get three number 1 hit records. Not Nicki, but Cardi. That was a shot. That's a... no matter if it's fake or not, that's a funny last laugh. Just press
I'm doing it for the hell of it, but that was a shot.
Yeah.
I hope to God he actually becomes a Laker. Not even for his basketball skill, just because the microphone will have to be on him being a part of LeBron's team. And if that's the best soundbite of 2018. Like that is the best fucking soundbite. I heard that shit and I played that back 10 times while I was taking my break at work. That shit was so fucking funny.
Nah, but yeah, Maroon 5. I mean, I like Maroon 5. Well, we've always talked about Maroon 5.
They're cool. The first
I always said the first two,
yeah.
That was them, and then they got Tupac, and then I still listen to them sometimes.
And then Red
that shit.
Bill Pill, whichever
was that Tupac for you?
It wasn't. I don't know. There's some.
It sold pretty
Seasoning
well.
was missing it.
Because
singles were good, but after that,
I'm telling you, Maroon 5, their first songs about Jane, and what was the other one? The one would make me wonder. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
First 2 albums, they're dope. They were like perfect pop and rock, but they found a good way to mesh it in.
Right.
Travis Scott and Cardi B, and Cardi said she wants her own set. Makes sense.
Even if you get 30 seconds, make it count.
Hey, 15 minutes.
Now the deal with the Maroon 5 situation, I get it because on one hand the NFL doesn't look at regions and areas to make the music match.
They think about the ratings.
Right. So on one hand I get it. On the flip side though, I mean I know I'm speaking logically, but the NFL really is missing out on being immersed in the hosting city's culture. Like,
for sure.
New Orleans itself is a fucking boiling pot for culture overall. And I can't help but think they're going to get some random ass pop act when they decide to go back to New Orleans.
Of course.
And skip out over all that. So on one hand, I'm not expecting them to go get Lil Jon and the Yin Yang Twins.
Still don't understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not expecting that, but at the same time,
they did ask Hove, and he said no for for what's it called, protesting reasons. Right. Could have asked Drake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could have got some kind of correlation or connection to Atlanta. Like, there's a bunch of artists that aren't even rappers that are from Atlanta that maybe were big. Like, you could have. Let's say Usher decides that he wants to drop.
That would have been perfect.
Dude.
That would have been a good comeback for him.
That name didn't even resonate.
I forgot he lives in Atlanta. I hella forgot about that.
Let's say Usher wants to do a makeup album for what he dropped 2 years ago.
That's not man. What's Usher doing? Me and my mom were just talking about him. What's he been up to?
Man, I was listening to my playlist for Throwback Thursday, and
something's coming. Because we're both bringing them up right now.
Yes!
Y'all stupid.
No, seriously.
Yes!
Me and my mom were just talking about Usher and his baby mama drama. And then you bring that up, and it was just like, I was just thinking about Usher the other day, and I was like, it's coming. It better be good, because we'll roast the shit out of it if it's trash.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to keep making. Because I don't know, that first album, the album.
You know who we gonna blame?
Who, us?
No, we're gonna blame the rest of the world. It ain't our fault.
Who?
We gonna blame the rest of the world. It ain't our fault.
That's
y'all spoke it into the universe to make it happen. It was up to y'all to carry the rest of the weight. We can't do this by ourselves. We just two men.
You feel me? Usher, man. Man, Usher's that nigga, man. Oh, he was. And then what was the album that dropped that had Good Kisser that was supposed to drop? It was Raymond. Not
Hard to something.
It was, I know, but the one where he had the title exclusive. The one that you said, it's cool, but not that cool.
Where it's like that cheap ass.
Yeah, that shit. But Good Kisser and that Nicki Minaj record he was on a good roll, and then he just didn't release it. For whatever reason.
It wasn't him, though. It was the label.
Yeah.
RCA been fucking up a lot of...
He's on RCA? I thought he was on Jive.
No, because RCA absorbed Jive.
Oh.
RCA been fucking up a lot of shit. Like, we clown Tinashe a lot, but I'm still under the mind frame, if she was over on the urban side of RCA versus the pop side, her career would be a lot different.
Yeah, it would be.
Like, RCA been fumbling the bag.
Didn't the label back off because of his whole scandal shit?
Nah.
No?
Because when it came out that she was lying.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
she talking about, oh yeah, he met me here, and he was like, yeah, there's cameras showing I was somewhere completely else.
But what was the Usher shit called?
Hard to Love.
Yeah.
That
and it was called
cheap ass art cover of him looking.
The one with the Young Thug single.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Oh, yeah.
No Limit.
No Limit. Yes.
Yeah. No Limit. That was actually a good single.
I actually like that song.
Yeah, it's a good song, but after that, the whole album was just bleh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the Super Bowl. And going to NBA, what's been going on in that world?
We got some news. Well, it's not breaking news because nothing's happened yet, but we did have some news over the weekend going into Media Day that took place today. As I said last week, Jimmy Butler was going to have that talk with the Timberwolves. He had that talk, and he told them, get me the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here.
Yep, pretty much said that.
Now, he put out 3 teams that he would be open to giving them the option to get the deal done. And then, of course, he was looking to sign the extension. It'd be the Knicks, randomly the Nets. Random, but not so random, because,
it's still New York.
Well, no, I'm talking about LA. It ain't the Lakers.
Oh, yeah, well.
It's the Clippers.
They probably don't have one.
Yeah. Random, but not so random, because they got a whole wide range of money open, and it's LA, so.
Makes sense.
It would make sense. Now.
He's choosing between New York and LA. Yeah.
Now, this is why I say the NBA is light years ahead of the NFL. Because the stories create themselves. You don't have to try to bring a narrative. You water that bitch during the off season. You know what I'm saying? Just let it sprout. The NFL, you don't get sunflower seeds. You know what I'm saying? The NBA, you don't get a whole fucking garden. That's just how it works. And this one, you got one side of the garden where, the rumor is that all this is taking place because Butler snatched up Karl Anthony Towns' girl over the summer or over the season.
Well, damn.
And showed him that, you know, hey man, don't be mad at me. This is the game, and these, you know, they be out here for everybody.
Your bitch chose me.
You know, yeah.
Like Mac told me, your bitch chose me.
But it didn't stop there.
And there's more?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Did not stop there. So, it's a little fast forward a little bit further before we get to the real heart meat potatoes of this. Minnesota then took the trade request and they're like, all right, fine. Well, since we're getting rid of you, we ain't got to worry about what we're doing with Katt. So here's your $190 million extension over 5 years. And they signed that. But this is where all this comes to fruition. Somehow Steven Jackson got involved with this.
Yeah. Why does he always have to talk?
Because he's fucking Captain Steven Jackson. Put some respect on that nigga's name.
I'm just wondering.
Man.
It's Steven Jackson. This is, you know, pray the real live forever, Steven Jackson.
Yeah. But why do you get involved?
So,
because he's the big homie. Basically.
When the news came out on, I think it was Instagram.
It was on Instagram. No, it was on Twitter and Instagram. It went both ways.
Well, no, not the news, the comment.
Oh, Instagram. Of course, everything's always on Instagram.
Yeah. So, Wiggins, his brother, went and commented on that, and he said, hallelujah. Jimmy Butler saw that shit, and he goes, yeah, hallelujah. Keep that same energy every time you know, let's keep it. Somehow Wiggins got involved with, I was trying to put the pieces together. I ran out of time. I got tired of looking. But he had said something to, I don't know if he stated Steven Jackson or if he just said something where he's like, yeah, a lot of people, they called me out but I'm better than these old, I think Steven Jackson just made a comment about it.
Yeah, well,
because he's in the media.
Yeah,
he works for ESPN. So
you talking about
on the jump?
Yeah.
So then Wiggins went to his Instagram and he's like, yeah, a lot of these cats be talking that, but I'm better than them, and I'm better than there was when they had their whack ass careers. Pretty much saying that.
Yeah.
Ooh, shots fired, huh?
Now we talking about Steven Jackson, the same Steven Jackson that ron after Ron Artest in Malice in the Palace and laid the haymaker on the fan.
That's the sliding.
No. This is after Ron Artest was in the stands and Steven Jackson came out of
I remember
nowhere and just slammed into the fan that was next to him.
Mm-hmm. That one.
Yeah, that's Steven Jackson. That's a no. We won't step to that Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson then goes back on Instagram and it says, I see that comment. What that comment really should have been was, hey bro, you gotta erase that because Steven Jackson really one of the real ones. See, he got heart, something that I don't know about.
Damn. I remember Twitter going in like being crazy when all this shit was going on. I just didn't know what was going on. I knew you would. That's why you're here.
And of course, he did this with the wave cap on.
With the cigar too. He was smoking a cigar. I remember seeing that video.
Yeah. And he let off some more rounds on that young boy. He said, you talking about you was better than me. I got a ring. Where's yours?
Yup.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn, there's a lot of drama in the NBA.
And he posted his career stats.
Posted his career stats, and it shows that Wiggins is not better than Steven Jackson at this point. It actually shows that not only were they not even, Steven Jackson, who was like a fourth or fifth option at that point between the Hawks and the Spurs, was surpassing him, which then leads back to Wiggins been a really bad pick so far.
Yeah.
It looks like Cleveland won out on that deal. Like, I have to go back and re-examine that because I was like, man, they'll regret not having them.
But not the same thing. But they youth, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But they got a title out of it. And meanwhile, Wiggins is now involved with drama with one of the names in the NBA overall playing or retired that you don't want them issues with.
Yeah.
Womp.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Thibodeau was like...
Thibodeau.
Yeah, Thibodeau. Tibbs was like, no, we're not moving Jimmy Butler, and the front office was like, yeah, fuck Tibbs, he's open for business. Like, give us a phone call. So we haven't heard anything about those. We haven't heard anything about those three teams.
Richard Sherman out for 2 to 3 weeks. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh well.
Marcus Peters is out too for the Rams. His shit was, they feared it was an Achilles, but I guess it wasn't that.
Well, that must be nice. Go on.
Achilles is still bad, man.
No, you think it's his Achilles.
No, they said it wasn't his. They thought it was Achilles related, and then I guess the MRIs came back and they were like,
that's why I said he's fine. That's why I said that must be nice. That's why I said it.
So while the three teams that Jimmy named off, you haven't heard anything about them, there actually are 2 teams that have been making some major noise, and T-Wolves are inclined to get this deal done by the end of the week. Those 2 teams,
are
the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Miami Heat. So he would be reunited with Dwayne Wade in Miami.
He's going to go to the Heat.
And they said Pat Riley's been on that motherfucking phone working that line. Like
Pat Riley does that.
He's going back to the Heat.
And honestly, either one of those situations, those aren't bad situations for Jimmy Butler to be in. He goes to Cleveland. He's paired up with Kevin Love. They got a brand new point guard in Sexton.
Right.
Still got the wing players in JR. Tristan.
Yeah.
You go to Miami, you got youth in a whole different situation than the youth you're leaving in Minnesota because there's no real OG.
Yeah,
versus in Miami, you got Wade, you got Hassan, or not Hassan. I'm sorry.
Whiteside, you mean? Right.
You fucking shit.
Some nigga.
The one that had the braids.
That narrows it down.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I thank you. You got Haslam there.
Yeah.
So you're in a different situation where you got youth, but you got veteran leadership.
He's still playing?
You gotta remember, Haslam came in the same year as LeBron, Wade, and Bosh.
Shit.
He was a part of that class.
Hey, there's your boy.
That's crazy.
With the jersey on.
Oh, well, then it's fuck Steph. Sorry, Steph. I tried to give you, light skins have to skate together, but you showed up in that bum-ass jersey, so.
Damn. That's the Monstar jerseys, man.
Rakuten.
It is, though. Real shit. I mean, think about it. The fucking logo's in a circle. It's just like the zero. You know what I mean?
Feel me?
That's dead-ass.
Speaking of Monstars.
Man.
Speaking of Monstars, Space Jam 2.
Space Jam 2 is finally in production.
Yeah.
LeBron just said, fuck it. I got my production people. We're going to do it. And not only that, they get Ryan Coogler to produce it.
Hey.
And they got Terrence Nance, who directs that HBO show, Random Acts of Flyness.
Right.
Which is like you ever watched that or seen it? Mm-mm. It's just random.
I haven't even heard about it either.
Yeah, it's on HBO. It's just random black people doing random cool shit. It's like, think of a Tumblr page with a whole bunch of GIFs.
Interesting.
Real life GIFs, just random shit. It's like, okay, and he's going to direct it. And I'm like, okay, only thing I want LeBron to do, he better executive produce the soundtrack for Space Jam.
He's got it.
If anybody, if you are our age, the Space Jam soundtrack is one of the greatest soundtracks.
Easy.
One of them, not the, but one of the greatest soundtracks out, like, in history.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. I Believe I Can Fly was on there with that person.
Yeah.
Seal, Fly Like an Eagle, Hit 'em High.
Hit 'em high, fire, hit 'em high, hit 'em high.
It's not on. It's not on Apple Music. It's not on Apple Music. I checked.
There's a lot of
so
shit
many
that ain't
times.
on
I was
Apple
hella
Music.
mad about that.
Yeah,
but that was the best.
That
That was the best posse rap cut, censored, clean rap cut I've ever heard. Insane like a runaway train.
Yeah.
I'm in your lane.
There's a
like
lot of shit that
man.
isn't even available for streaming altogether. Like, excuse me. My whole shit is ruined as far as doing a big ass Timbaland, Genuine, and Missy playlist because I can't find Aaliyah records.
Yeah,
Can't do
blame
that.
the estate for that. Blame the estate.
So yeah, the So Def.
There's only one Aaliyah song that's out there. One
I'm talking
Aaliyah
about album. Well, I'm talking about overall her overall body of work. Like,
good
'cause
luck on that.
Her discography just got started with that first one.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
The So Def was missing one. For those that remember when Mace had Harlem World, they signed with So Def and they had I Like It. I wanted that one. It's not on streaming.
Right.
Those were Pac records that either weren't on either or streaming or they just weren't there altogether. So like, come on, man, get y'all shit together, man. Like, if I look for these timeless classic records, I don't give a fuck if they were one-hit wonders or not. It was a timeless record when I was growing up. Get your shit together,
But
put it on there.
When we go to Space Jam 2, they're saying they're looking to start filming like next season.
Next off season.
Next off season.
yeah.
So LeBron gonna be busy in Hollywood. I don't know if
he
you saw the
cut-
Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah, his whole production team. Shout, hey,
That nigga ain't thinking about no damn rings.
that's my powerful. That's my powerful.
He ain't thinking about no damn rings. He's talking about getting them Oscars and Emmys
Shit,
and
nigga,
shit.
please.
I'm trying to
please.
sneak that in there.
You gotta realize.
You didn't hear him talking at Media Day today.
First, man.
Media Day, he was on. He was ready to go.
Yeah, he looked like he was ready to go.
Yeah, Media Day came on. I thought it was tomorrow because the Lakers website said it was tomorrow.
Nope.
Yeah. No. But I'll watch it all. It's whatever.
I saw that picture. I'm like, man, that looks nice. That looks really nice. And then it showed the fucking Warrior ones, and I'm like, fuck you guys.
The Warrior ones. I mean, they still might end up winning it all together, but
Like how you said that now.
they don't.
No, we've been saying that.
I know. I'm just fucking with y'all
on,
niggas.
man.
Since y'all like fucking with me with that shit. But
What,
yeah,
about you being a Warrior fan?
yeah, that shit.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, speaking of what's his name, cousin said
I mean,
he might be out.
you have yet to. proclaim yourself a part of the Laker gang. So
I'm a Kobe fan.
Either with us or you against it. Kobe long gone, bro.
Well, I'm with him. I'm gone with Kobe.
I'm a Kobe fan too, but he long gone.
Well, I'm gone with Kobe. Pause. Yeah. He was at the On the Run tour too with his wife. It was so beautiful. Anyway, yeah. What's his name? It got reported that Cousins there's no timetable. I don't know if you saw it on your phones.
Of course, there's no timetable. Well, that's what the hell he's gonna play.
Well, that's what they said on there. That's what it said on there.
No, I'm not saying about you. I'm just saying, of course, that's what we've been trying to tell people. We don't know when he's coming back to play.
Yeah.
He's not starting.
But just on paper.
And when I say he's not starting, I mean it's like when he
opening night.
He's not going to be there.
But just on paper,
he might be there.
Well, he's not going to be in the game.
But just on paper, just seeing that picture, I was just like, that's the fucking Monstars. Again, all 5 All-Star teams. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
That's scary.
There's actually been paintings.
What?
Like, dead ass, dude. They have the Monstars, like the actual, the characters, with the players' faces on them.
Yeah, I remember posting those type of pictures because that's what they are.
Yeah,
I hit them high, hit them high, hit them high. Can you hit them low, hit them low, hit them low? Yeah, so, back to LeBron though.
Yeah, Lakers media day went pretty good as far as I was concerned. From what I did see, they had a picture with LeBron, Lonzo, my adult son Ingram, and Kuz.
LeVar Ball's been very quiet. I'm kind of scared now. He's quiet.
I ain't scared.
I'm not scared, but I'm just...
LeBron's in town,
bro. He has to shut up now.
Remember when he was saying, stay in your lane? LeVar knows
Daddy's
that.
Home. Yeah. Daddy's home.
Basically, man.
Stay in your lane and keep finessing them, the white kids.
I took for granted his rants, man. His animated character. I took for granted. Those were funny as hell looking back on them.
Yeah, man.
I know,
it took a while to come around. I'm trying to tell you sometimes.
I know you do, but sometimes you be too biased. You be too biased. I have to tune you out when you're too biased. Then when I see it, I'm like, damn, missed that guy. He's funny.
So how was that bias?
All you had to do was listen.
Well, when he started talking shit to a whole ass nigga in office, that was hilarious. Big Baller Brand does. Watch him come back because we put that in the universe.
What he's gonna be singing to me? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, that is not a song, LeVar. Like they were actually treating that shit serious. Like, bro, you just walked right into this damn thing.
He was a grade A troller. Round of applause for that man.
Shout out to LeVar. Hopefully, it's not true that he ain't paying them players.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully
that's probably why he's quiet.
Yeah,
that's probably why he's quiet. Nigga, you need to pay them niggas.
Big shout out another round of applause for Jamel Hill.
For real, she getting that bag.
Oh, white people was pissed when they found this out. They thought they got rid of her.
No.
Yeah. They thought when her contract was over ESPN, they were done.
She's gonna disappear.
Nope.
Nah, she's more free to say what the fuck she wants now.
Like Bebe's kids. We don't die, we multiply.
That's like niggas too. 1 nigga plus 2 niggas plus 3 niggas worth of Pac. Y'all know it.
Yep. So she's the one that's actually going to be narrating LeBron's documentary, Shut Up and Dribble.
Damn.
And I couldn't think of anybody better to do that.
Yeah.
They'll show the trailer for that other one, the student athlete.
Yeah.
It's going to come out in October.
Yes.
I can't wait for that.
Oh, yeah.
I think they already did like a documentary like that. It was on Netflix.
Possibly.
Yeah, it was like the same concept, but I think LeBron's going to be more spearheaded.
You got to remember, too, I talked about this over the last season when they asked LeBron... Was it last season or probably season before? Either way, they had asked him, if you were playing college ball...
He's a grown-ass man.
Would you have, would you have complained about the payments? He goes, complain? He goes, shit, I'd have been the richest college player ever because I'd have taken that money. Like, you would have never known about it either. I would have taken that money. And so my whole thing is, like, if the star of the NBA, who y'all praise and y'all shot from the time he was 16 years old to the forefront, is saying that, there's an issue going on.
Yep.
Pay the damn kids.
Pay the children. Pay the youth.
Pay them. At least, what's a good amount? What's a good amount of money for like
whatever they bring in, which is both the football and the basketball programs. Unfortunately, some of the programs aren't going to be getting more than little stipends. I shouldn't even say little to diminish it, but they're not going to be getting those stipends that they've been getting. But the reality is that the football and basketball programs, and to a certain extent, depending on your region, soccer and baseball, those are the ones that are responsible for those buildings that keep popping up when they say they don't have any money to pay the kids.
Like I said, how much you think? Just from your... We talked about it before.
I feel like, number one, the most important thing is they need to release the rule that they can't make money off of their likeness. So making money off of autographs, that's the most important thing right there. Going into business for yourself and providing your own shoes is a part of that likeness, which has robbed young college athletes from doing that. So then when you get outside of that, as far as payment goes, I figured $2,500 to $3,000 a month.
So altogether,
I mean, you're looking. I'm not saying you go pay them, six figures, but give them something that.
So when they come to the NFL, they don't ask for like fucking 100 million contracts and shit, $100 million contracts.
Not even that, but just so they can survive during their college years.
Real. So
like, help them get by at least. Man.
I mean, that's the thing. Everybody keeps saying, well, they're getting an education. They're getting an education. Like I've said time and time again, an academic scholar still has the option to go work 15 to 20 hours a week if they choose to bring in income.
Oh, look, the original Broncos team with Tony Dungy.
No,
he was the
Bucks team.
Bucks team, my bad.
And not only that, you got to remember, they're banking off of a lot of kids that are coming out of these impoverished areas who have families that are still there. Mm-hmm. In a good portion of cases, they got their own children who are in those situations.
You can go on and on about that, but
yeah,
pay the damn kids.
Pay the damn kids, man.
Damn it. Tiger Woods, y'all. Tiger Woods, y'all. Tiger Woods, y'all.
He won his first championship since 2015, and
he was happy as hell. He was.
Oh, he looked. I thought you said me.
No. He like Tiger Woods.
The whole world was happy, and I was looking at it like, okay,
that's how I felt too.
Do it in a major, nigga.
That's how I felt too. That's how I felt.
Do it in a major.
But we're so used to. Eldrick. Wow, you got to keep calling him Eldrick.
Yeah. Eldrick.
You know his history?
I know the history.
Okay, then Eldrick.
I know.
There you go, Eldrick. How about that? Win it in a major, and then we'll talk. White folks and black folks was just so up in like, yeah, he's back, and I was like,
fuck y'all. I was whatever.
Not really,
because I think they were so used to seeing him lose for the past few years, it was just starting to hurt because we saw how great he was, back in the day. So when you start seeing him lose and get surgery on his back, which was so crazy, like, nigga, you don't play football.
I will say this.
You play golf.
I will say this.
Well, you constantly twisting your back. I mean,
yeah,
true.
Yeah. But I will say this. In seeing him go through that drought, I think the world's learned an important lesson. If you find out that an athlete's secret sauce is fine cuisined vagina across the country, you shouldn't be putting yourself in that situation trying to counsel him and coach him up and,
hey man,
keep all your morals outside and let him do it. Because obviously that was working. You took it away from him.
Man, his wife chased him outside with a bat.
Yeah.
Man, when she found out he was cheating, man, hey, it's Tiger.
Oh my God.
It's Tiger.
It's Tiger.
And I apologize. I want to present myself and become very a part of the community. I'm
talking about the voicemail he left.
Oh no!
When he incriminated himself.
Yeah, that's why I said hi. It's Tiger.
That one where he was trying to impersonate Wesley Pipes.
Oh God.
That one.
That Tiger.
That one was. Woo-hoo!
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Had that white voice. Speaking of white people, Marcia Matters. Round of applause.
Speaking of white people.
White people.
White people.
It's about that time.
About that time we talk about some white people. My favorite white person.
Favorite white person?
Favorite rapper.
Okay. I think Beto O'Rourke is on par right now to be my favorite. The guy that's running against Ted Cruz in Texas.
Oh,
the one that's up on game and knows what's going on in his fucking community as a white man and understands he has privilege that can impact and make things better for people.
We ain't that type of podcast, but fuck yeah.
I think he's becoming
hell yeah.
Yeah. I think
give me a hell yeah.
My favorite white person right now. M's up there though.
Yeah.
Even though
even with the beard and shit. He earned his spot.
Mm.
Anyway, no matter at 45 years old, M has the most loyal stan base.
Of course,
of any. I mean, Drake is kind of up there.
He
too.
invented the term stan.
I know, of course.
Exactly.
But you think Drake is kind of up there too, ish?
Look, I'll say this.
I'm talking about just numbers, not the music, just the fan base and all that shit.
M, Drake, and Nicki. Those fan bases.
The Beehive?
But
Beehive is crazy.
I'm talking about rap.
Oh, okay. Hey, man.
I'm talking about rap.
That changes everything.
It really does.
Yeah, I mean, you can say what you want about those fan bases, but
I'm talking about
they ride for him. Even though Nicki still didn't go number one, I mean, the fact that it even got as high as it did weeks later, looking back at that project, like, yeah.
At 45 years old, like M's been in the game for how many years? Like,
well, if you're including in Infinite, it's 96.
96, same as Hove.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that long in the game, and them
if
fans.
we're going off of the The first time we found out he was with Shady. Or, I'm sorry, not Shady, with
Dr.
Dre and Aftermath, and we're talking 98, 99, so just over 20 years.
20 years in the game, and he's still, like, selling like that. Like, what's it called? Kamikaze was number 1 with 411.
But, I mean, like I said, he's one of those artists that transcends his genre.
Yeah.
So he's a universal name. So, of course, he's going to sell.
Super international superstar. So, his MGK disc, Kill Shot, even though they didn't open up for all streaming services, it was the most streamed hip-hop song in YouTube history. And I even knew that was possible. But it was the most streamed hip-hop song, like, ever in its history. I'm like, what?
I wonder if it's going to catch the GOAT.
What was the GOAT?
Chocolate rain.
Oh, God.
Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain.
Is that Tay Sunday? Tay Sunday, something like that, yeah.
That's a rap song?
No, I'm just saying, I wonder if it's going to reach it.
No.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember that when we were back in school? You don't, oh my God, yeah, I got to show you that after we finish this.
Probably. I think I probably heard Chocolate
That was like
Rain.
one of the first viral things
things that ever happened?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, hold up. Not to rain on your parade. But
Or chocolate rain.
No. Chocolate rain on your parade. But I mean,
Chocolate rain.
this shit, was it Kill Shot, right?
Uh-huh.
It was only available on YouTube.
I'm about to get into that because
It was on AudioMac.
it's on AudioMac and YouTube.
Yeah, but how many people really know about AudioMac compared to YouTube? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, yeah,
It's
no, of course.
If
but
anybody hears about something, they're going straight to
right,
YouTube.
but the link that got put out, because by the time I had heard Kill Shot, it was already at 13,000 on AudioMac.
Yeah.
That was before it went to
YouTube. They got released at the same time.
Well, that was before people was like, you know.
Oh, okay. That's when
Because the link was the AudioMac.
Yeah, the AudioMac on the M shit.
So everybody was running there. Then when everybody figured out it was on YouTube.
Things like catch on. You know what I'm saying? It's
Everyone
like,
always goes to YouTube.
Right. Have you heard the new M?
But see, that's the...
And it's like, oh, YouTube.
Yeah, but that's where I get back to himself as a brand. Because I'm sure all the hip-hop heads... They went straight to AudioMac.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Did they just let him just run?
Yeah.
Trash.
That nigga skipped AudioMac. He went straight to the end zone.
He went to SoundCloud. Just went,
Beautiful morning. Everybody else, they were kind of like, oh, Eminem, I'm just going to go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Which is everybody outside of... That's what I'm saying. That's why he transcends the genre.
Exactly.
He reaches... I bet somebody's grandma was like, oh, Eminem, yeah, I'm going to watch that.
Eminem, who's MGK?
She don't know anything about no fucking AudioMac, but...
Dude, and all the reaction
videos,
videos, everyone popped up the YouTube page. I'm like, damn. So, after that, like, I guess 2 days before the cutoff date for, when numbers were clear or whatever... In the wee hours of the morning, they put Kill Shot on all streaming services. And I was like, uh-oh. So I was just curious, where is this going to fucking chart? I was just really curious because Rap Devil was 13. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking maybe it'll be top 10, maybe like 9, 7. Nope. Today, as we're recording, it got reported that Kill Shot was number 3 on the charts. I was like... So if they would have released it earlier on that same time period, he would have went number one.
Yeah.
Nah, I have a theory because Cardi went number 1. I have a theory that Interscope stopped that because they wanted that Maroon 5 record to go number 1 and shit. So that, just to get the hype running and shit. But
if it wouldn't have been number 1, it would have been number 2.
Number 2, it would have went right over Drake. Right over R. Kelly.
Such a great fucking song. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I guess it made history. They say it's the highest charted hip hop diss record ever.
That's cool. I'm not going to diminish it. I'm not going to talk against it. It's a great accomplishment. It just shows how far away we've gotten from the actual purpose of the diss record.
I think that's another part of it. Was thinking that's probably, I want to say, the other reason why M probably didn't want to release it because he has that old school mentality.
Right.
Like, I don't want no plaque for this.
Right.
Like, this is just sport.
Yeah, and I think that's what. Again, I'm not going to diminish it, but if somebody's going to try to use this as an argument, see, he won the battle. I'm like, no, that's.
Do you really feel that Rap Devil was a better record?
It's not that I feel it was a better record. I don't feel like Killshot was enough to universally say he took him out.
Oh yeah, of course. I don't feel like
that's where the issue lies in.
It just really disrespected him pretty bad.
Because now that debate is open, you can't diminish that unless, of course, you're a part of the stand base.
Because folks really feel that Rap Devil was a better record, and I always explain what was good about it.
And here's the thing: when we first broke, because remember we broke the story when it first happened, so it's kind of like, all right. And I gave him a round of applause just for keeping it hip hop.
Yeah. But
in going back and listening to it, I didn't even comment on it afterwards. But I'll say it now: I wasn't feeling the beard line. I thought that shit was weak. It was stupid.
I thought the whole song was
so the same way I was clowning M when he was talking about the man bun. I was like, yeah, but I thought the same thing of
too.
Yeah.
You know how white people are.
Yeah, I did feel that MGK he held his own.
Yeah,
definitely give him
for
that.
him.
It's not even for him, because the thing of it is that MGK, he sold records, but not only has he sold records, he never came in as the poppy party club goer. His Wild Boy song just happened to be a party record by accident.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. They weren't trying to make that a party record.
Right.
I never really cared for him.
He's a dope. Even from the time he came out, he's been a dope artist because, and we'll get into this following up. I personally know of 3 people who his music actually saved their lives. They were actually suicidal at that point.
Oh, okay.
And it was the Lace Up album, his first one. There were some records on there that, in talking with those people, they were like, yeah, that record was. I'm not going to dive into it, just even though I'm not naming names, but I know that MGK has personally saved 3 of people I consider friends their lives.
Okay. But
over time, he's gotten further and further away from the hip hop limelight, because in this day of digital streaming, you constantly have to be doing something all the time, unless your name is a Drake or a Kendrick or a J. Cole or you know what I'm saying, established names. You constantly got to be out. He's not out there like that.
Yeah, because MGK, he's on the low, got himself some platinum plaques. Right. I'll give you that. We talked about that last week.
Yeah, but even on being on the low, he's gonna be playing fucking Tommy Lee.
So he's really playing Tommy Lee?
Yeah. He's playing Tommy Lee. He's done a TV series where he's been on for a season or something like that. You have to look for him. Mm-hmm. So the point I was bringing back to that was, when it comes back to the diss record,
if we just keep it to that
period, I appreciate what he did with that, because he put M in a box where it was like, well, here, look, there's some shit you got to answer for. Why am I not allowed a serious? You tell them.
And then he did.
Right. But then come to find out that maybe that wasn't 100% true.
What do you mean not 100%? From his perspective.
Because then we go into his interview with the Breakfast Club.
We missed some parts, though, because because we were going off topic about that. M released a promo. A little promo sheet. He took out a ad, and and he pretty much had all the negative reviews for the album, and at the bottom it said, #1 in 103 countries and 434,000 equivalent album units in the U.S. first week. Thanks for the support, assholes.
Yeah, and the reason for that was because he put up all the reviews of
all the negative reviews.
Yeah. No, it was great.
Wait, were these negative reviews for
Kamikaze?
For Kamikaze?
Yeah, a lot of these critics did not like the album. And that's why I say some of, it wasn't like Nicki's Queen, because Queen had more positive reviews than this shit, than Kamikaze.
That's crazy.
They were roasting this album because they're like, oh, he's just a
lot worse.
He was just having a lyrical temper tantrum. He needs to grow up, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden you see how much he sold, and it's just like, well, the only, I mean, Nicki did the same shit, but, M has the numbers to back it up, not Nicki.
Yeah.
Anyway, and when it comes to MGK, man, these stands, if you ever go against Eminem, you're not just going against M, you're going against them stands. He invented stands, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is why I feel like people who are constantly saying, oh, M did this, and they never gave MGK a fair shot to begin with.
Yeah, he was in a lose-lose battle.
They heard MGK going up against
their hero,
the mythical creature that we've created known as Eminem.
Slim Shady.
I wouldn't even say Slim Shady, because that's another thing about M that's wild to me. Whether a lot of people want to admit it or not, Slim Shady was his gimmick.
Well, yeah, he pretty much said it was.
The issue is that he tried to kill him off all these years later, way past what we consider not his prime as an artist, but his prime in the limelight.
He killed him off on Encore.
And then he came back from Marshall Mathers because LP2.
Marshall Mathers LP. No, it was
like
Marshall Mathers LP2.
and
Marshall Mathers LP2. What like he had relapse and recovery, and then Marshall Mathers LP2 was him finding closure of it. And then after that, he was just like, I ain't gonna kill him off because we all the same person. It just is what it is.
So, but the issue at hand with that is he attempted to do that way too late in his career. Because what I'm saying is that you built. There's a reason why I'm bringing that up. You built your whole career off of saying, basically, whatever came out of your mouth, we could just blame Slim Shady for that. You can't hold you responsible. That's Slim Shady. So now, years later, when MGK, because again, all this seems to just go back to the comment. And again, we were criticizing MGK, which was like, yeah, if he's saying that about Haley, who at the time was underage, that's a problem. He's saying now that I didn't know how old she was. There was just a picture that floated. She's grown up now.
Well, that's from his perspective,
right?
We're going to talk about that interview. We might as well just go into the interview.
Well, that's what I'm getting at because this is a part of the interview.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about the MGK performance for the crowd. Edited.
Well, this is a part of it because he spoke on that too.
Yeah, I thought that was just like wow.
Yeah. So they had stans who voiced over boos, which sound like from a damn WWE match. And put the booze over when he was performing Rap Devil.
They put it sounded real, and then when I saw the footage, I'm like, wow, that is. Oh,
now there were some boos. There were some boos in the authentic one. Like you could hear but it wasn't to that degree.
And they were saying he did get booed in other cities
like that.
And they said he did get boos in other like cities and shit.
Which to me that tells me it's not as simple as saying, "Oh, M killed him. It's done." No, because. If you're going to that length, you don't go to that length if M finished the job off himself. That's where I go back to the diss record. Because if Killshot was really that much of a kill shot, your fan base wouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
No, they'll make sure of that.
It would have been done right then and there.
You wouldn't even attempt to.
Because they, the fans still went.
There's no point for it.
I know what you mean, but I'm thinking like back to Nail in the Coffin and shit, like the whole Benzino shit. Stan still went after his ass.
No, they went after him, but ain't nobody was.
It wasn't necessary.
Yeah,
but like I've said, Stan
it feels necessary.
This is for them, yeah. But it's just like to me, like they're just crazy. They'll just. You gotta remember, I ain't that crazy. I'm a logical M fan with certain stuff. I'm logical with that. I ain't that hardcore of a fucking Stan. There's motherfuckers out there. Them biased ass Stan said they loved Revival, and I'm just like, that's the hill you gonna die on. You drive that car over the damn bridge. Nah, I ain't going with you on that. Shit. Nah, but the MGK interview, it was interesting. It was like, I give him props because he stood up for himself, but then the shit he was saying on certain stuff, it was just like, okay, you kind of just like talking at, like I could tell it was just a facade. The whole shit MGK was doing, it looked like a facade to me. I'm like, dude, you got some issues, especially towards the end.
Well, he clearly had issues. He was taking like 100 shots.
Dude, he had a
the V8 was alcohol.
Dude, he was pouring tequila in a V8, and I'm like, in the wee hours of the morning. I know that's probably when they did the interview. I'm like, dude, you drinking that? Ooh, wow.
Here's my thing. I don't think it was as much of a facade as much as it was coping.
That too.
Which has been his coping mechanism, which has been, as he's stated many, many times over his career, drugs and alcohol and partying. And
now this is the part I'm about to get at. Because I told you all this.
Mechanism.
I told you all this about Killshot. I'm saying that M was irritated when he did Killshot because he just didn't. When he's got it over with, he just didn't want to deal with it. I was thinking he should be so glad the Marshall Mathers LP era M didn't watch that MGK interview and it was like, and then he saw how he was acting and his drug shit. That would have been blood for old M. That would have been blood, and he would have attacked every little thing, his insecurities, how Diddy doesn't see him like that, and all this other stuff. That was another shit that was kind of fucked up, which is true. Diddy never really does acknowledge him at all.
No, he does.
On Instagram?
He's all over these parties and social media stuff.
All his parties. I'm talking about like a picture of just them two saying, yeah, this is my man. I've never seen no picture of Diddy with MGK. I mean, I've seen pictures, but I'm talking on his Instagram when he is bigging him up. Period.
They're probably not in the same place all the time.
No, you know what? Like, did he promote his album?
I don't know. Let's find out. Well, EP.
His EP. Technical. His EP. But yeah, I just noticed that, and then and shout out to Charlamagne, he brought up the G-Eazy diss too. Talk about that part where you never fucking you're not sitting ringside with me. I'm more close with Diddy than you are and shit like that. And then he had the nerve to say G-Eazy's not a better rapper than me. And I was like, well, y'all kind of in the same league, but that's neither here or there.
I'll give my hat to MGK
over G-Eazy.
Yeah. G-Eazy's a dope. G-Eazy's a dope artist. He's definitely a leader of the forefront in terms of the Bay Area. G-Eazy. When was the last time you were hyping up a G-Eazy record if he wasn't in the club? Yeah. MGK, I can name records in the club, and like I just said, he has music that saved. I know personally 3 people.
Yeah, personal 3 people.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, G's an artist that, again, he played to turn up, feel good. MGK has something that a lot of people they don't pay attention to, and that's honestly why he's been able to last so much longer. He's got soul in his songs.
Yeah.
Like, you can feel that shit's authentic in his record. That's something you can never take away from an artist like caliber.
You listen to him more than I do. Like I said, I never really, before all this shit happened, I respected his hustle. I really did respect it. I respect it, actually. Like, I was like, oh, he's brave. And I always saw he was like a tough dude. And I always said that he had a better...
Did he promote a Binge? Was on it.
Well, he did? Let me see. Oh, good for him. Was the one how far along up when it came out? Okay. Oh, good for him. He probably did that out of spite for him anyway. But
Puff on the other end. Puff probably had on that shit behind the scenes.
Man, you know how many times fucking 50 Cent talks shit about Puffy and shit, and how many times people have always said that shit about him organizing the hit on Pac. Ain't no shit's gonna happen.
Yeah. That's why I was like,
no shit's gonna happen. He probably just called him like, come on, bro. Don't do that. You know what? Just don't say nothing to him. He ain't gonna say nothing to you. Whatever. But the fact was, I just felt that it was just a facade. He looked like a damn tweaker, damn near, on certain stuff. He did on when he was talking, and then he talked about, that. Then it low key when Charlamagne brought up his addiction and shit, it low key became a mini intervention for him. Yeah, it became a little mini.
It was tough to watch, but I was happy that it happened.
Oh yeah, the one biggest quote Charlamagne said on that was like, "You can't call yourself a fighter if you're not willing to fight for your addiction." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Damn."
I wholeheartedly agree.
And then he said some other shit. He's like, I'm going to tell you this right now: if you overdose and die, Eminem wins. So that should be more motivation for you to become, sober.
Yeah.
And then that other shit that MGK was saying that he, like, after the death of that dude from Chester Pennington from Lincoln Park, which was a close friend of his, he was venting to his 9-year-old about it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like...
He was going to be on the tour.
Yeah, he was going to be on the tour. He was venting to his 9-year-old about it. And his daughter is 9 years old. And he said he doesn't have a mom, he doesn't have a dad. He's just by himself. And I'm like, oh, so you need help. Like, you need help. Like, you just... And, yeah, that leads into his EP that came out called Binge, which sounds like he probably recorded it in a week, maybe. I don't know. Now, when it came out, I just kind of skimmed through it at first. And then the last two songs I heard, kind of sounded a little mumble-jumble. And I'm like, this kind of proves M's point. But all right. But then, I went back and re-listened to it. It's not that bad for him. It is kind of decent. But then the last song, what was the last song called?
Live Fast, Die Young.
Yeah, there you go. When he was saying, I'm not going to get done getting high, da-da-da-da, and I was just like, okay, this is a cry for help. That's what it sounded like to me. In the end, it sounded like a cry for help.
That's been his music.
A cry for help?
Yeah.
This one's really bad.
I mean, overall...
it's kind of like Future in that aspect.
Yeah. Again, you got to pay attention to his career to see a lot of his music talks about that. He's in the same boat with Mac Miller in that sense.
Yeah, because that's another point he made. Yeah, I was like, so he may really need help.
And he ain't may.
He needs help.
If you know his background before watching this interview, you knew he needed help. He needs help. Mm-hmm. Binge is, again, it's an EP. And at this point, for those tuning in for the very first time to this podcast, EPs, I don't put much stock into them in terms of like, oh, this is the best. Like, it's an EP. So
there's no response to Kill Shot either because he felt Kill Shot was trash, or he said he
felt it was a 6.
He said he put the gun back into the holster and shit. I'm like, Charlamagne was like, if you feel like I was like, no, to me, you knew that you knew you got killed on that shit. Personally, to me, that's what I felt. If you had another fucking response, you should have fucking responded. But that's neither here or there. To me, had to put that there.
I'll buy into that because I criticized Drake for the same thing.
Exactly,
so.
Gotta keep that same energy. Because I would have kept that same energy to M if he got quiet. If he got quiet, that would have broke my heart.
I'll rock with that. In terms of Binge, I got what I expected.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with MGK's resume. Signs with 24 Hours. That's definitely dope for the Cars. That's a great song for the Cars.
Yes, it is.
It's awesome. Yeah. Shout out to 24 Hours was the sole feature on this project. Yeah, beats from Hit Boy. Ronnie J, of course, did Rap Devil. And then Honorable C Note and some more.
Blah.
Another standout. That wasn't blah. Loco into GTS was a dope transition. And then, but it didn't transition well to Rap Devil because, of course,
he just put that there last minute. Oh, that was another part of Rap Devil that they talked about where there was a rumor that he recorded that shit 6 months ago. He recorded.
Yeah, there was the rumor, and then they found out that page was a knockoff page.
I figured.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't the
fucking
authentic
figured.
page.
These stands, man.
I'm telling
crazy.
You,
well, stands. It's Eminem stands.
Yeah,
duh, I can't really. They're the originators.
I'm telling you,
Beehive come from Stan. The fucking Barbs come from Stan.
I come from an era where the diss record was all that needed to be said, and then you debate off of that. You didn't have to go dub audio and make screenshots of shit to make your favorite artist or the
they
artist.
Didn't have the internet back then.
Memes.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the internet back then. Imagine if Hit 'Em Up dropped back then. I mean then. Not then. Right now. With how social media is, can you imagine all the memes and shit that would have came out?
I mean, the memes is one. I'm not talking about the meme. I'm talking about overdubbing stuff.
Yeah,
like,
overdoing it. Huh? Well,
like,
yeah.
When Big came out to Sacramento,
y'all could do your Googles on that.
Yeah,
just do y'all Googles.
When Big came out to Sacramento,
one.
there wouldn't have been no need to put audio dubs because we knew what took place after that.
Nah,
there would have been. Yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. I come from that era where it's like if you're doing that, that tells me that you as a fan you're not that confident in what was released, but you're rocking with it because you made it clear that's where your allegiance lies.
I think they're I'm
not talking about you.
No. I'm talking from what I've seen because I'm the fucking Stan double agent. Nah, they believe in this shit. They're just petty. That's how it is. Like you come from that generation. Some of these stands, these white people, they don't come from that. They come from like, I don't really like that hip hop, but I like that Eminem.
Yeah,
well, that's nothing. That's that. Yeah, this is that.
You gotta
this battle between MGK and on a side note, G-Eazy has actually opened my eyes up to just how different it is when white America gets involved with hip hop to this degree. Like they beef different.
Yeah,
dude,
they beef very differently.
Eminem he never had a worthy opponent. That's why I want this whole Joe Budden shit to happen. He never had a worthy opponent. His only worthy opponent kind of was Everlast. Another one was Royce when he had his beef with D12, kind of. But he never had a worthy opponent. All lopsided ass beefs. On Cannabis, but he didn't say nothing to Cannabis.
Cannabis was on the lower end.
Yeah.
Cannabis was out doing freestyle battles with a notebook.
M always drew the sand in the line for anyone to step over, and nobody stepped over except for these niggas. That's like Joe Biden when he was doing those debates. with Sarah Palin and Paul Ryan. He was like, what the fuck? I'm waiting for a competition and no one wants to fucking play with me. That's cool. I get these niggas. He gets in lopsided ass beefs. I want something that's equal.
They are random.
He never started them. They started with. Oh yeah, you remember when he dissed Rain Dupree?
Well, that was because of Dre.
Yeah, but why? That was corny looking back on it. Why did he have to talk up for Dre? Dre could have did it himself.
Because he's after again. That goes back to when you're a part of the label.
Yep.
He dedicated a whole song. Yeah, doc. Yeah.
When you're a part of the label, you rock with the label.
It was all he said was that I'm one of the best.
A case in point. Let's talk about Bizarre real quick. And that piece of shit excuse of a damn track.
Let's not talk about that. That's why he was the weakest member of D12. Never talk about that record. Okay, other records came out.
I listened to the first 30 seconds of that, and I turned that shit right off. I was like, nope.
Well, in good news, Lupe Fiasco dropped his album. Yeah, DROGAS.
Very good news.
Wave.
And props out to MGK too. I mean, Binge is definitely go check it out. I mean, you know.
It's cool if you know what you're
exactly
what you're getting out.
Yeah,
of.
if you know what you're getting out of. If you
he got some bars on there.
If you became a fan of MGK after this whole shit with Eminem,
you're gonna come in with your viewpoint of how. But if you've been rocking with MGK for a while,
well, pray for MGK too, man.
Yeah,
that boy really does need help.
Yeah.
But Lupe Fiasco, DROGAS Wave, this 24 track epic. 24 fucking tracks.
It's a doozy.
You got this took me the whole 3 days. This album leaked.
This is a doozy.
This album leaked on Wednesday, and I had it. And
damn, you ain't tell me shit, man.
Well, no, actually, it leaked on Thursday. It leaked on Thursday. No, not Thursday, but like Wednesday night. And I know how you are with leaks, and I was working, and I had other shit to do. I just forgot to tell you. And I kept trying to listen to it, and I always got up to track. I want to say
what track before the interlude.
Before the violin. Yes, I get up to track 6, and that's what and something will always happen.
But Slave Ship was the violin piece.
No, track 6. I meant Wayfarers. That's why I stopped. That's every time I get to track 6, something happens. I get like someone calls. I have to end up doing shit. And I'm like, I'll get back to it later, and I keep going back to it. I keep getting interrupted. So then I was like, you know what? Nothing's gonna stop me. I'm all the way up. I'm gonna listen to Lupe Fiasco. And they said it was a concept album, so I was like, and I know how Lupe is. He's the lyrical miracle. Fucking what's it called? Punchlines, not metaphors. You got to really, really listen to it because I still feel The Cool is one of is his best album. So I'm gonna listen.
So amazing.
Yes, it is. What, this or the
Cool?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
The Cool. So I was listening. And I'm just gonna not go track by track because there's 24 tracks. God damn it! So
this fucking guy.
Yeah. So DROGAS, it opens up with him rapping in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
that took me by surprise.
He can rap in Spanish. Okay. Because I remember Letty on Twitter would say that Lupe gets to rap in Spanish, and he can rap in Spanish. So he could have been on the Despacito remix if he really wanted to. But then
didn't have trash lyrics.
Yeah. And then I kept listening. I like Manila.
Yo, Manila. Anytime you put Lupe on a beat that has is radio friendly, you gonna get some special.
But I started noticing that this is a concept album, so I was really listening to it until it gets to the violin interlude, the slave ship interlude, and that's when you told me it was like the being on a slave ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's when I started making the correlation. Like, okay, this is a concept album. So let me just really, really listen to this shit, And then you start going into the waters, and you get listening to Down, and then what was the other? Haley? How do you pronounce it? Number 8, track 8.
Haley Selassie or Selassie.
Selassie, the slave owner, the Rastafarian dude. Yeah, and then you get the Allen Forever, which that kind of put, that, and then I was like, okay, this is a powerful ass album. And then that's when everything switches up in the second half, and then that's when I get confused.
Sounds more modern.
Yeah, I got hella modern. I was like, what the hell is like? I didn't know what the second half was. I thought this was still part of the narrative until you broke it down to me that it was 2 discs.
Yeah, it's actually 2 different parts. So the first part is tracks 1 to 9, and then after that, track 10 takes place. That's his personal life.
Mm-hmm.
I cried listening to part 2.
Aww.
No, I'm being.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Janila Forever. If you're familiar with that story, that's of the 6-month baby that was shot 5 times in Chicago in her dad's arms.
Yeah.
And died soon after.
Mm-hmm.
That song rewrites a different history where she grows up.
He did the same thing on Allen Forever too.
Yeah. And she goes into the world of medicine, and ironically enough, she hears gunshots out as an adult and sees that a little girl was shot, and she's able to revive her and save her life, not realizing that was her.
See, that's a great storytelling.
When that shit ended like that, I actually had to stop I had to press pause. Like that was like a really overwhelming track to listen to.
When you're really in tune with it. Yeah.
King Nas was just so damn smooth. Just the instrumentation on that was smooth all over.
Imagine was dope.
And then you get to quotations from Chairman Fred, which was that record and everything about that record. It's a 7-minute track, and everything about that record was important. Remember, from everything he was saying to Bishop Edgar Jackson in one of his sermons when he was talking about the difference, the values in consumerism. And it, like, the first half, you can say what you want about the first half. And again, the thing with Lupe is there's layers on layers on layers. So you're not going to catch everything on the first listen.
At all.
Like, it's damn near impossible. But the beauty of Lupe's skill set is he creates these projects where you're forced to have dialogue about them. And when you have dialogue about them and you're able to peel back those layers, you're like, damn, this is actually a great piece of, this is art. This is wonderful. And then, of course, Miro Jr.
It wasn't as long as the first one.
So the fact that it served as the last track on this project.
Well, technically, I was about to say, if you listen to, what's his name, Tootsie and Youth, that if you play it back, it was meant to be played backwards too. Miro was supposed to be the last track, so yeah.
So overall, it's going to take a while because I still this is one
breakdown.
This is one that this was one of those projects I was waiting for over this year.
I didn't think it was coming because Lupe was always just. Well,
no, I'm not talking about in terms of Lupe. I'm talking about in terms of what's going to be that one project where it's going to take me a while and I'm so excited and I'm excited every listen to unravel it. And this ended up being the project, and I'm glad it was by Lupe.
On first listen. Well, my first full listen, it's going to be an album I have to, like, really just, I'm going to come back to this later down the line, because Lupe's albums are just, like, you got to really decipher everything that he's rapping about. He's not like any typical rapper. Any typical rapper could just rap that the sky is blue. This nigga will talk about how God cried and then made the oceans blue, and then it just became the sky. Like, just say the sky's blue, bro, but okay.
It's poetry, man.
It's poetry, but just say English,
poetry.
I
motherfucker.
was gonna say, man, he's a poet.
Exactly.
Like, legit, he's a poet.
The only thing I kind of wish if this was the concept album, like the first, I guess, both tracks.
You just wanted it to be clear that the first disc was this.
No. Well, no.
Where the break is.
Right, because, I mean,
that too.
So, for the listeners that don't know, the first disc is
9 tracks.
Well, no, it's not 9 tracks. It's this alternative reality where this group of potential slaves, because they were on the boat, they were able to sink it, get the boat, crash down. Then they ended up surviving underwater. And then when all these slave ships would come around, they were like crusaders. Like, they would come in.
Shout out to the company, man, for breaking that shit down.
Yeah. So when you understand that it's an alternate reality, then you're able to.
Well, on first listen, you really think you could get that?
No, of course
not. Like, I'm just saying, just have some type of connection narrative-ish to kind of just let it be known. Just my opinion.
What was dope about it was that the music wasn't bad.
Oh, it wasn't.
So that's where he catches you. That's how he gets you. The music is good. It's awesome. So then when you figure it out, at first your mind... He's an artist that mind fucks you.
Yeah.
And we need artists like that. We don't need every single artist like that. But if you think about some of the movies you watch, you have your blockbuster hits, and then you have like those 2 or 3 films you watch over the year where you're just like, that's a total mind fuck. But
I ain't gonna watch that shit again.
But it was so well done. Like, I actually got to watch you have some like that, but then you have those 2 or 3 where
you're like,
they break the mold.
This didn't make sense. Let's go back to it.
And in some instances, sometimes the director pisses you off because you're like, wait a minute. He tried. No. It's not a piss you off where he was trying to insult your intelligence. It was a piss you off where it was like, wait a minute. You
know what that movie's like? It's like Mother. Lupe would have loved Mother.
I haven't seen Mother, so I can't speak on it.
Yeah, I know. But you read up on it after I told you not to read it. I wanted you to watch it with me so you could be mind fucked with me. Yeah. But no, you didn't want to do that. So you like having fun sometimes. But I have fun
90% of the time. The other 10%, that's when you want to have fun, and I'm like, I'm funned out.
Funned out. I told you what this movie was. I wanted you to watch Mother. So just think of Mother, the Lupe Fiasco album.
I'd have been in that motherfucking movie theater like...
That's a movie Lupe would have loved. Or he probably did love.
Possibly.
So, yeah.
But I really like this. I really like this album.
Yeah, I have to go back.
The instrumentation was amazing.
I was gonna say, yeah, musically,
especially when you get to the second half of part 2, like when you're starting to really close it out, and it's just pure hip hop.
Bro, I'm telling you, when I heard Kingdom,
with
Damian Marley, bro, that shit, I had that shit cranking.
Stack That Cheese is
the sequel to Hip Hop Saved My Life. Or prequel, sequel, whatever.
One of them.
Well, he keeps saying Stack That Cheese a lot, so I think it's probably
I really like the project. I really like it.
Yeah, it's really good. And I didn't get a chance to listen to this, but I will listen. Well, I was trying to decipher this shit.
You missed out.
So, no, I didn't miss out.
You got caught up in Lupe, bro.
You should have listened to this first. It was so straight to the point.
Is it better than Blue Album?
It's up there. It's definitely better than the last 2 projects.
Who we talking about is the Grammy Award snub, JMSN. Man. We love the Blue. I love his self-titled Blue Album.
Oh, Blue Album was my favorite album in 2015. 2014?
Yeah, it's 14.
14. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a bit below 550.
Yeah.
Get it right.
That was my favorite album of that year.
Then he had a bunch of hit or misses after that.
But Velvet is a motherfucking hit.
I guess he got back in his zone on Velvet, huh?
He got back in his bag.
Good for him. I'm gonna listen to this shit when y'all leave.
Levy and the Levy Part 2, it might as well just be a damn... This is an over 7-minute escapade. Just funk music.
Cool.
So on funk. And then you get to Talk Is Cheap, which is upbeat, the same as Inferno. There's not much to...
It's just doesn't like music. It's JMSN. He is the most underrated white boy artist that never gets nominated. Kendrick had him on Good Kid, Mad City singing background.
He's supposed to have that joint album with Ab-Soul.
Man, that's
long ago.
That's right there with Detox.
Around 2013.
That's right there with Detox. That shit ain't never coming out.
That's why I said it's supposed to.
Supposed to, my ass.
Yeah, it was in the works.
Anyway. Yeah, after that,
I really enjoyed
I've been stuck on Lupe. Just so much music that dropped, so I didn't really listen to nothing else.
Stephen A. Clark. Round of applause first to JMSN. And round of applause to Stephen A. Clark, because I guess he dropped this project over the summer, but it finally went on iTunes this past weekend, where Neon Goes to Die. If you like, and I know you're going to like this JMSN record. After you finish the JMSN record, go ahead and listen to this right after, because it's on the same current and the same groove. Lots of funk, and Feel This Way that's that grown folk dance music. Like, that's that shit. Denzel Curry's on here.
That's nice.
So he's on Did I Hurt You? That was another standout record. Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same thing with JMSN. Like, it's quality music. Nice, good R&B music.
Damn, all this damn music. God damn.
Yeah,
man.
Young Dolph dropped
all this shit.
Young Dolph dropped Role Model. I breezed through it one time and I was like, all right, cool. It's Dolph. I fuck with Dolph.
It's Dolph.
Yeah.
If you know Dolph,
you'll fuck with it.
You're getting, and it's just dope.
And if not, then that's your fault.
I highlight one track, Break the Bank, man.
Yeah.
With Offset. That shit is fire.
When Snoop came out of nowhere on I Think I Can Fly, I was like, oh, Snoop's on here. That's cool.
And LeBron had a Space Jam playing on his IG story. I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah. He also quoted some lyrics from
I saw that.
Young Dolph.
Yeah.
He's giving Dolph that publicity.
Right.
Shouts out. That's my power forward, man. It's my power forward. But yeah, shout out to Dolph. I took it for what it was. It was a dope record. It is what it is. Brockhampton, though. So, Brockhampton, of course, they dropped Iridescence.
I didn't listen to that either.
Yeah, it's not up. So we definitely appreciated the first and the second Saturation. Third one was nah. They were supposed to do like 2 or 3 different album projects in the meantime since they signed to RCA, but then
they kicked out that dude, right?
Yeah, Amir Van got in that situation with the sexual misconduct with the woman he was dating, and then she basically out him, said he was doing other stuff with minors.
Oh, so I had another joke, but I'm gonna keep that away.
And the group, especially Kevin Abstract, who of course is the leader, he's saying that Amir was telling them one thing, and then the reports came out, and then they pressed him about it, and then come to find out he was telling them a lie, and he finally came clean. They were like, "You got to go." They kicked him out, so much so to the point where I forgot what song they did on when they were performing, But his part came up, and them niggas all just stood on the stage, and they just got quiet. They just stood there while his shit... They just played the instrumental. They didn't even play his verse.
Damn, they just stood?
They just stood there.
Oh, wow. Yeah. They really kicked his ass out.
Yeah, this was back in May, so at the end of May.
I don't really follow the Brockhampton guys like that, so...
Yeah, no, the whole story intrigued me because I just realized this as the... Like, I was trying to figure out, I was like, well, why isn't... You know, you get so familiar with their covers. So, wait a minute, why isn't Old Boy on there? And then you go and look and like, oh, shit,
they
that's what happened.
Ass out.
Yeah. So, of course, like I said, Kevin Abstract was leader of this. Matt Champion, Merlin Wood, Dom McLennan, Joba, Bareface, and Romeo. They were
pretty much all the band members, those remaining members.
Yeah. Kevin Abstract's verse on Wait. That's one of those verses where you're like, all right, you going there, and I appreciate you going there because, of course, Kevin Abstract he has no problem stating his sexuality. He's gay. This one to detail about when he was with his ex-girlfriend at the time. He wasn't up to perform when she was
because he was thinking about something else. Pause.
But it's I appreciate it because it's vulnerability.
I get it.
I appreciate that from my artists. Overall, I got to go back and listen to this. I only listened to it once, but Wait was definitely the one that stood out for me.
Yeah.
I got a good feel from it, so I'm definitely inclined to go back and listen to it. Just it was one again. It was so much stuff came out this weekend.
Like I said, it was way too much to just dive in.
Right.
Because Lupe fucked all that shit up. 24 tracks, and you a quality artist. I know you're gonna give me some quality work, motherfuck you. So who's this nigga?
And then finally, last but not least, if you remember when I had put out Ja Jr. on one of our playlists, when he had that song Front Porch, he just dropped his album Back to the Dub. Was it September 10th? I finally got wind of it, so I went and played it. I was very impressed with this body of work. Like, really, really impressed. Like, I thought Front Porch was a good track, and he was going to have, some songs here or there, just, overall. But overall, I was thoroughly... It's well-balanced. So it's not like it's just, like, dirty South trap music. Like, he goes real in-depth with his personal life. So he has Front Porch, of course, and then you got Dub Side, which is a great record. You can bounce in that and 254. Good songs that you can not only bounce in the car, but it's got so dope, great sample instrumentation. Like it's got 254 got a dope ass saxophone sample. That's so cool. It's nicely balanced there. But the heart of this is Lately, when he talks about when his parents divorced or split up. Basically the same stuff I went through with my parents.
That's what's up. Well, so not what's up, but
so it was easy. It was easy to relate to him on that end. And then All My Life is a great record too. Like it's just overall, I was very impressed for somebody that I just happened to find his record on Twitter, and then I followed up, and again Best Kept Secret was actually produced a joint on here. Of course, Best Kept Secret was Wale.
I was
back on SoundClick.
SoundClick.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Yeah. Shouts out to Rob Kelly Beats and Juan Instrumentals, and there's a few more.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, shouts out to Ja Jr. I told him I was going to review this on the show, and I let him know. So props out to you, man. Great record. Should be proud of that.
Good for him.
Keeping on independent artists. Real quick.
Spotify is trying to.
Before we get into that one, did you guys know that Lil Uzi dropped the album?
Last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, this on Friday.
Yeah.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, under his actual name, Samir Woods.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's actually not
I'm going to
bad.
get to it.
It's not
I remember
bad,
you
bro.
sent some shit about that.
Because he can actually rap.
Yeah,
when he wants to.
When he wants to, he can rap. And
when I feel like if people get on my nerves, man, but they know niggas are idiots. We're the OG Mako.
Yep.
So you have to dumb it down. That's why Lupe doesn't want to dumb it down, but I think sometimes he needs to dumb it down just a little bit. That's why I listen to Laser sometimes.
Yeah.
not really. It was a joke. It's a joke. It was a joke. Huh?
You don't listen to Lasers?
Not really, because I knew he didn't like it. So there was no point listening to it. If he didn't like it and didn't really believe in it, there was no point listening
I go back and I like it just the simple fact he finessed him.
Yeah, he finessed him, but he also finessed his fans,
There's
too.
actually some decent records on there, and I'm like, this is a finesse. I appreciate that. I like that.
He didn't like the damn album.
Like
the label made him
Oh, of course they did. From fucking The Show Goes On.
Yeah, that's a good song, though. But it's just if I know the artist didn't like it and they got forced to do it.
They played it everywhere.
And then fucking Slaughterhouse makes their little fucking record to it. And you're the one that pointed it out. Then I hate that song too. The Parking Sideways, you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate that damn record.
Let's focus more on Slaughterhouse Hammer Dance records.
So
anyway, Spotify. shout out to Spotify because they're gonna allow artists to upload their music directly to their service. So SoundCloud, live mixtapes, y'all better be afraid.
Yeah.
Seriously.
As of now, for the beta testing, this is gonna be invite only. So they're going to be popping. If you're popping on the indie level, your chances are you've already received an email about what's popping off.
Yeah, this is low key a game changer, man.
Oh, it is. This was most definitely because
I know it was sarcasm, but yeah.
Oh no, by all means, it's definitely a game changer because when you get past the SoundClick and all that, SoundCloud. I'm sorry. Well, even SoundClick, there's still people that
SoundCloud. There's people still on SoundClick.
Yeah,
still around. Wow.
Yeah. SoundClick is actually bigger now than it was then because all these producers wised up and then they started putting samples on that leads to their actual websites.
Oh wow!
So they're finessing themselves. But this is big because now you got the distributors like TuneCore and CD Baby, which you would pay them a fee of like $50 and it would have your album on all these sites for streaming services for a year. We'll see how that plays into effect now because
that fucks with their money. That fucks with it all.
It's gonna tear their shit up, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's
one. I'll say this though, for TuneCore CD Baby, one positive is that it goes out to different stores.
Yes.
It's not just Spotify.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard great things about TuneCore.
Well, we're gonna see.
TuneCore I haven't heard anything bad about TuneCore.
It's interesting. It is a game changer right now. Like I said, pretty soon, I have a feeling one of these streaming services is gonna buy live mixtapes or that piff. Very, very soon.
I feel like at a point, like I said,
it's probably gonna be Tidal.
Well,
if you think about it, Spotify might be the new DatPiff.
Yeah.
Apple Music, like, all these streaming platforms, all the new DatPiff and all that other shit. Because now they realize, wow, people do pay for this shit.
But
pay
with
for
artists,
the music,
like being allowed to just upload directly to it without a distributor, like it's gonna become the new DatPiff.
Yeah,
damn DatPiff and live mixtapes. I'm waiting for the first label to sign an exclusive deal with a streaming service.
These streaming services are going to become labels.
That's what I'm saying.
They already are technically. That's what I'm talking about.
Because I said this when Joe, Rory, and Mal got the bag. Okay, what does this mean just in terms of the podcast game?
Mm-hmm.
I should have been looking at it like, what does this mean for entertainment? Period. Because again, you're looking at a situation where off top, you're already thinking, okay, Interscope's clearly going to go with Apple Music, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
But that leaves everything else wide open under Universal Music Group.
Who else is on? It's just what, 3 labels?
Yeah, no, I get
it's just how many labels is it?
4
Universal?
majors.
So it's... Oh, wow, they got a new fucking thing now. Holy shit.
You got the 4 majors.
Yeah, it's like...
Universal, Atlantic. What are the other 2? Island Def Jam, I think.
It's just Def Jam.
Universal.
Just Def Jam. That's Universal.
Right yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
But the point is, artists are gonna, independent artists, they're gonna get some money soon.
That's what it is. So Universal, Atlantic, Sony Music, and then Warner Music.
And Interscope's one of the poppest ones.
And then you got the independents after that.
What's Republic on? Isn't that Universal?
Republic is Universal.
That's the one with Drake and them are on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, artists are gonna get their money soon.
Shouts out to Spotify, man.
Let's do some little wrap-ups really quick. Meek Mill, here's a message for you. If you have a surprise album, do not announce that you have a surprise album. That's that Vincent Price laugh.
It just is. Just go with it. It is.
This is fucking hilarious, man.
Surprise! What? You didn't even drop the album. What are you talking about?
Wait, the album's out? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You just announced a surprise album.
Also, Diesel. If you have an anti-bullying campaign, do not call Nicki Minaj and Gucci Mane to be a part of it for anti-bullying. Stupid motherfuckers.
Well, Gucci's cool.
Yeah,
Gucci's been reformed since he got out.
Yeah, but Nicki, really? Are you really that tone deaf?
Like, this just happened a couple months ago?
No, she's been doing this shit. She's been cyberbullying.
I understand that she's been doing it, but I mean the most recent
one was a few months ago. Yeah,
she just happened a few weeks ago with her fucking Queen Radio.
Yeah.
Well, that too. Shit.
She is a bully her damn self. Hella fucking tone deaf. Fucking idiot.
But that, hey, I'll say this, not about her, but that fucking Gucci Mane single with "Wake Up in the Sky" with Bruno Mars and Kodak Black. I looked at that shit and I was like, what the fuck are they doing? I ran that shit back 5 times. And I was like, how the fuck does this work?
Same shit.
How the hell does this work?
Yeah, I couldn't even make sense of it. I don't even like Kodak Black like that. But,
right,
dude, he was.
That's just a record, man.
Like he was actually spin.
That's just a record.
We'll go to Doja Cat.
Yeah, she out here performing at Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, she might be. Hey, man, she might be low key a homophobe, but she got that ass. And be motherfucker.
Ass says we gotta give her a second chance, fellas.
Hey, I never really cared.
Some ladies out there too.
I never really cared for her, so
yeah, a lot of people were pissed off. The ass says, "Hey, everybody fucks up. Give her another shot." I'm more concerned with her performing at these damn Mortal Kombat venues, man.
Hey, the bag has to come somewhere.
What does that even mean?
She's performing like these like grungy ass
venues,
basement.
like basement.
No, I didn't see it.
When you see the photos, yeah. Shout out to Joe.
Stage looks like the couch.
It's
just a hard surface.
It looks like my fireplace.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
He is JC really likes this.
Yeah.
He is going to be the host, I guess the main host for the reboot of Twilight Zone. Which is like, it's pretty much going to be an original series on CBS All Access. It's like their streaming service.
For those who know me, The Twilight Zone is my favorite TV series of all time. All time.
When I go over his house, he always plays random episodes.
Yeah. I love The Twilight Zone. So
I kind of like the Outer Limits.
Outer Limits was good too.
Yeah.
They tried it when they brought One-Eyed Forrest Whitaker. It was cool, but you just couldn't get over the fact that he was staring at you in 2 different directions every episode.
But hey, Jordan Peele got the juice right now, so I don't know if he's executive producing or he's just hosting it, but
I'm sure he's probably doing both.
He's probably doing both after they saw how he's doing with Get Out and this other movie that he's working on. Good for him. Shout out to him.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for this one. Marvel, once again,
whooping that ass.
Give me a hell yeah.
Whooping that
once
ass
again.
DC, man. Captain Marvel with Brie Larson.
That trailer was fucking dope.
Yeah, all their trailers are dope.
I was gonna say that.
Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. The portion in the trailer where they broke down, I forget what the proper content or the dialogue was or the wording, but it was basically the woman in Super or whatever it was. How they broke that down, that was dope as fuck.
No, the dopest part was when she punched that old lady.
That wasn't dope. That was funny as shit.
That was dope and funny because it was so random. It was. They just showed it. She just looked at her.
Shapeshifter.
I know, but at the same time, just in context, when you look at it,
it's funny though.
She just looks at her and she just goes pop, and it goes to the next scene. Like no, rewind that.
That was funny as fuck.
Also, when it comes to DC.
Why are they doing this, man?
They're going very fast. I don't like. Okay, what we're talking about right now, just to wrap it up, Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix starred movie of the Joker. In 1 week, everything just started coming out slowly, like quickly. Just all of a sudden, they showed the screen test of him with the makeup on, which was just like, that's not even a laugh. That's a note. No, because
I laughed. I was like, all right, I guess.
It was just like they were going hella quick with it, and then all of a sudden a scene came out of them filming with him coming off the train and shit, and then they revealed that Zazie Beetz is gonna be in it. They don't know what she's gonna do, but I have a feeling she's gonna be Harley Quinn.
Man, if he ain't in the back of a police squad car,
that's Dark Knight, bro.
Whipping his hair.
That's you can watch Dark Knight for that.
Exactly. If he ain't doing it, fuck it. I don't care about it.
But they have like 2. They signed off on like 2 fucking Joker movies. No, not sequels. These are different Joker movies that are gonna star Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and they're gonna have Harley Quinn, the same chick who played Harley Quinn. It's gonna be a movie focused on Joker and Harley Quinn, and then there's another one that's gonna be a Joker. I don't know what DC's doing.
This is what would have happened if Marvel just was like, we're gonna test everything around the Incredible Hulk, and then whichever one the fans like the most,
we're gonna focus on that.
Like,
they're really focused on this Joaquin Phoenix one. I just feel I'm giving that. I have the same feeling I have for Batman vs Superman with this Joker one because they're just rushing this shit. That's how I feel. It feels rushed.
Yep.
So Hopefully it's good, but I'm seeing a whole bunch of reaction videos and like to the makeup and all this other shit. I was
gonna say that shit, man. That makeup is fucking trash.
They just didn't try. That's how it looks like they're rushing it.
It looks like the clown from the Devil's Rejects.
It looks like fucking Ronald McDonald. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah. Well,
Ronald McDonald's trying to get you to do some evil shit, and then if you do it, he gonna give you a Big Mac.
I don't know, man. It was just weird.
Nah, but like, all right. So my brother's favorite character is the Joker. Like,
so how does he feel about it?
He's indifferent right now.
I think that everyone learned.
When I seen it, I was just like, that's not the Joker.
I think everyone learned from Heath Ledger when we're poor, because when Heath Ledger became Joker in The Dark Knight, it was fresh off, Brokeback Mountain. So
yeah,
everyone was like, get some gay nigga playing the Joker? Fuck that. But, Heath Ledger's an actor. Yeah. And he became.
And that shit came out and I was like, that nigga's the Joker.
He became. No That's what I'm saying with the makeup. Everyone, when you looked at all the Jokers from Jack Nicholson and then even the cartoons, everyone always been like the same old Jokers. Like Heath Ledger did a whole different version of him and just smeared that shit on his face and shit. I'm like, okay, that's a new Joker. This nigga, who the fuck is you, Joaquin? I don't know. We just got people say, well, maybe we gotta hear his laugh. No.
I think Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor.
He is a great actor.
He's a really great actor.
But we can't.
I don't know why I have this feeling that I kind of know more or less what story they're gonna use. Just
what
because
story?
It's from A Killing Joke.
They're gonna use the Killing Joke one?
I think. Oh, that's my guess.
But they say Thomas Wayne's gonna be in it. Like Bruce's character is gonna be in it.
Well, A Killing Joke takes place way back in the day.
Oh, so they're gonna the past part. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
this is what it's setting up for.
So that's kind of what it's gonna start off with.
I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Me neither.
But he's a great actor, but there's only so much an actor can do if your script's trash.
Because everything that I'm seeing,
if your makeup is trash,
everything. If it looks trash, if it because they're revealing so much so soon, it's like, why are you doing that? That's quick. Yeah, you should keep this on the low. If this is the first Joker solo movie, why are you revealing shit from it already? Stupid.
Yep, basically.
Seriously.
And so we will keep an eye on this movie. By this point, the trailer will probably be out, and they just started filming.
Yep. One down, and it'll be on that new iPhone XS. Hey. And then finally, I got a question for y'all, real quick, so we can wrap this up. Let's say y'all in a relationship. Especially not even like some quick fling. Like, let's say y'all been in a relationship for a cool minute with a woman.
Yeah.
Right.
Some man goes on social media and he says that she is the fortune in his cookie.
I'm running that fool over. Basically.
If y'all don't know who we talking about, we talk about August Alsina's Instagram post to Jada Pinkett Smith on her birthday. And he wrote a pretty lengthy post that made her sound
poem,
like
dog. Like, it's legit a long ass
poem where he's much
trying to be Pac.
Nah, Pac made it quick and simple with his shit. You my best friend, the end.
No,
honestly, I'm looking at this and I'm like,
but I'm saying he tried to pull like that same move and shit.
I will give him a phone call.
From that end, like, I agree with y'all. Like, this it's not flying. Like, we gotta throw hands. Like, you can't say.
I won't say throw hands.
On the flip side, though, hear me out. On the flip side, if I'm Def Jam, I'm pissed because I'm like, you had this in your arsenal and you couldn't send this. We would put your album out last week, my nigga.
I don't believe
what you doing.
Nigga said
this would have been a beautiful ballad.
And the fact he left it up there.
In my cookie.
I don't believe in luck.
He would have had social media ablaze.
Dude.
Imagine if he sent it as a text message. Maybe an email, but he sent that to her. That's like so awkward. And Will Smith is already... he's already on Instagram tough, and he's going to respond to this. Somehow, some way, Will Smith is going to respond to it in the best way possible. And he's going to be very sarcastic about it, too.
Yeah. You
know how he is. He ain't going to throw hands. He's just going to give him that warning.
Yeah, he won't.
No, he won't, but I'm not Will.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No. Okay, let me reframe that. Yeah, any average dude, I'm going to check him. He's going to... No, I think
my hand's already busted. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have Will Smith money and Will Smith genetics to create seeds that are icons. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that.
I think Will...
All I got is my love.
I think Will...
And you infringing on that.
I think Will gave him a phone call. I think that's how I really feel happened. He gave him a nice, stern phone call.
I mean, on a serious note, I believe that their relationship isn't that. I believe that they have a closer relationship and the thing is, it wasn't just Jada. She went back. She said happy birthday to him, and not as a lengthy poem, but she expressed some gratitude for who he is as a person, and
was it a long ass post like that?
He's overcome. It was more than 7-8 lines.
Like a paragraph?
Yeah, but it wasn't like she didn't say, yes, I'm the fortune to your cookie.
Like, are they really like BFFs like that?
Well, they've been very close because, remember, he was going through that situation with...
Well, then again, I know that there's that rumor that Will and Jada have an open relationship.
But that's why I don't like the situation, because even if... It's not a good look. It's not a good.
It doesn't look good, but I don't think August Alsina really gives a fuck what anybody thinks.
Right.
He's kind of weird in the first place. Albums are cool though, but
that's the thing. Like I'm looking at this and I'm like, bro, last 2 albums was fire. Why couldn't you just save this shit for the album? Like everybody looking at this, joking at this shit, but if it came out in music form,
no, definitely.
And then he said, "I dedicate this to Jada Pinkett Smith." I mean, at the same time, people are always questioning Jada's relationship with Pac, so
that's what I was getting at. You know what I mean?
Especially when Willow wrote that little thing like, I miss you, Pac. I wish you were here so my mom could be happy again. When her dad was just sitting right like, bitch, what?
I mean, you gotta remember though, that's I look at their relationship like mine and Cleo.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
but apparently, I mean, they're best friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like on that same type shit.
That's what I'm saying. It just looks bad, but in looking at the situation and knowing his history and the situation he had when he was on tour, whatever he's doing with Nicki, and then he had to fall back because of, was it mental health or did he get into an accident or he fell or something? He went through a lot that he had to overcome in terms of mental health. She actually played a role in that. Like, she was checking in on him, like all that. Yeah. So on one hand, it's tough because they're close. On the flip side, you can't be calling no man's woman the fortune in your cookie. Like that, just that line itself. Like
I said, I feel weird.
That's nasty.
That's weird.
I think Will called him and gave him a nice stern talk. And on that note,
you know what we didn't play?
What?
Ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn.
Nah, I'm into that. Do do do. You do do do.
That's just comedy, bro.
I said it. Don't be surprised if that motherfucker starts making jingles for commercials and doing pop-ups for holiday commercials.
Oh, shit.
And don't be surprised, man.
That season's right around the corner too.
Look, when you like Future said, when you popping, you do what you want when you popping.
Right. Yeah, well, Joe's popping,
and he is popping. So don't be surprised in that.
Yeah, well, we popping too when we put out shit in the universe. So yeah, hit the button. Hit me on Twitter. Hit me up. You know where to hit me, so y'all can get mad at my fucking hot takes.
I'm say it because you never know who's listening for the first time.
No, I'm about to say it.
Oh, okay.
Let me finish. Anyway, it's at Mr. Busby 4 okay. So, you can follow me on Instagram where I just post random shit at Mr. Busby.
And then over me, JC No Hundreds across all social media.
Follow the Illogical Sense Twitter at TILLogicalSP. Yep. And on Instagram with the Illogical Sense, Martine Talk.
I hate you. Nah, y'all can follow me at Beats Be Killing Them on every social media outlet.
Now, we could end this shit just by saying fuck Jed York, but I just like saying that just to put it in because, you know.
Perfect.
No, not that one. There you go.
Peace.